evidence that you can bring up now to, to surpass the truth. So we have the truth with us. That's why we have to stand strong and make sure that because we are almost to the end. We are this thing you see them doing now is just to see how many of us. I can assure you they are not going to succeed this time because we are already left them. And trust me, in future, because once we leave Nigeria, in future it will be like just like what you see in Israel and Hamas doing. Yoruba, some of they will even lie to their children that, oh, they own the land of Biafra, so they have to go and claim it. And it will still be like our children and their children will still be fighting. But we are going to make the record. We will keep our history, and we'll make sure that to our generation, to our generation, to our generation, our children will have the right information and the truth. And they will always fight these people whenever they come up with those their propaganda, because it's whatever the Fulani have injected in them. I don't know how soon or how easy that thing is gonna leave them. I don't know. So I thank you all, and I will drop with this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother, for that wonderful submission. Mazi fine. God bless you. Let us keep moving. Stand by, Justice. Stand by, Obi. Stand by. Sorry, I said Obi. Teddy. Stand by. Okay, Minister, you want to have a way?
All right. No, thank you. Thank you so much. And Stammer, I want to thank you again for staying this long. It's not easy, my brother. I'm still wondering if you will be having a sleep at all. If you will have a sleep at all. But anyway, what I want to say is there is no much talk in all these jamboree. Let me use the statement which the university dropped sometimes, which we all know. If you want peace, you go for war. Prepare for war. We all know that. And nobody will tell us how we will get our freedom because they say only the violence will grab their freedom. Freedom is not given. Whether you like it or you don't like it, Biafrans, we have chosen the path to how we want to get our freedom. Because we have tried every other thing possible in that contraption. We are given the chance, it didn't work, and trying this one, which is the very key to get a freedom. You must prepare for war. If Israel is not doing so, if nations haven't done so, we will not go this length. But nations have done it, and they got their freedom. Some said Biafra, like, what's his name? The Yoruba guy that spoke the last time. You know, that Biafra, there's nothing like Biafra in existence. Biafra existed before Nigeria was put together. That is what I want to make him understand. We existed as a people before the British came, and they came and destroyed our things, formed a stupid unity which people never agreed. They want to force us to remain in it. And today, we have gathered our own strength to disunite, to dislodge, to counter this false unity.
Brother, I will support you with something I will post on the Jumbo about Biafra existing before Nigeria. As you are talking, I will get it now and I'll post it on the Jumbo. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We all know that. It's only these illiterate Yoruba people. They don't want to know it. They think we just woke up one morning and start shouting Biafra. We existed as a people. We are the very first people, the face of the earth, who existed before any other human. And now the British want to ruin it and try to exterminate us. But it's not going to happen. We are taking our freedom forcefully, in our own way. It's not Yoruba or Fulani or anybody that, or even the United Nations are not giving us our freedom. We are grabbing our freedom by ourselves. If you stand on our way, we'll blow you off. Thank you. I yield the mic. They will.
Ndewo, Minister Otuamoya. Thank you so very much, sir, for that wonderful one. And thank you so great. I'd like to have that document, please, if it will be handy. People on the request list, I still apologize to you directly. And of course, Teddy, you've been there. Teddy, hang on, because Mazi Chukwumaize and Mazi God's will and justice came before you. So please, let us exercise patience. And anybody who takes the mic, please maintain the 3-minute protocol, please. Chukwumaize, you have the mic. After you, we will take justice, and then we'll take Mazi God's will before we go to Teddy and Obi and Oladotu, and we reshuffle the speaker and bringing people from the mic.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. All protocols observed. Greetings, hosts, co-hosts, ministers, and all well-meaning Biafrans and hearers of Biafras. I greet you guys too. See, the thing is, understand something. Your fear is that you are scared of losing the unmerited fraudulent status that was given to you by the zoo. Because, and aside from that, some of your elites are scared that once Biafra go, they're going to lose everything, most especially the oil that they are stealing from Biafra land. Do you want me to start mentioning? The list is endless. So every so-called elite you see in that zoo, most especially from that Yoruba extraction, from the Fulani extraction, and them are all criminals. That's why they don't want the zoo to grow, because they continue to milk. To milk Biafra. Biafra is the reason why they exist. So the thing is, we are saying these things to you so you guys can get angry and think about yourself and start fixing your house. That's right. You gotta unify yourself. We have gone through past that. We have gone past that unification process, and now we're in a liberation movement that's eventually getting to that stage of diplomacy that will eventually give us our nation. So you guys need to understand this. You see, the problem I have with you guys, yes, I grew up around a lot of Yoruba people. Yes, there are some good ones, yes, and there are some bad ones. But the problem is the good ones keep quiet and let these bad ones project you guys in a bad name. When I'm angry and say the things I say about you guys, it's not because of I hate you guys. You know, it's because I want you guys to be upset and think about yourself. You are worrying about us when you have your fellow Yorubas in Benin Republic as refugees that was displaced by these same Fulanis that you guys were parlaying with. That's not. How about you talk about unifying yourself with your brothers in Benin Republic? Why should a Yoruba community be in Benin Republic and you have Yoruba in the zoo? Why are you guys not asking yourself question? Why are you letting the colonial master divide you and using you as a willing tool to fight Biafra. That's right. We are very upset, we are very angry, but we are now in a stage of a lot of people are listening to us. So, in as much as I want to say things, I'll try to be civil. That's right. And one thing some Biafrans don't understand is the reason why that war was fought was to to everything about Biafra. Even before the birth of the Juju music, the high life music was high, they're rising high, moving all over the world, Africa, even Europe. You understand? They saw the light. Part of the agreement, most especially Awolowo, you understand? The envy and jealousy he had towards towards the Biafran, you understand? That was why, in as much as we tried to save him for the prison during that political revolution that they have not kind of like labeled as Igbo coup, you understand? The reason why he did was because of his envy and jealousy and cannot start the fact that because you guys claim that you started, you guys were the first people that were so educated in this one, started the free education for the West. But as soon as the Biafrans killed him, within a matter of few years, we took over. Our economy took over. So you guys felt threatened. That was that's why Awolowo, despite what we did for him by freeing him from that Calabar prison, went and took side with the zoo. Your fear is that you guys are fear of of paying for the crimes that you committed in aiding and abetting that genocidal war against us, and also the fear of paying reparations. Listen, now, let me tell you something. We are in the freedom, we are in the liberation mode to get ourselves out of this zoo. You understand? And by the time you guys organize yourself, we are far gone. We have already set up a viable nation that will be attracting a lot of investment. Look at everything that was being started by the Biafran. You guys come behind and take over it. Do you want me to start mentioning all the industries? And you guys are so known for this cyber sentimentalism. When it wasn't working your way, you guys started powering Nadeco. Oh, you want to leave the zoo. As soon as they gave you Obasanjo as a president, all of you shut up. The same thing happened again. Now, after when this so-called dead Buhari was ruling, you people started like clap, oh, Yoruba Oduduwa self-determination. As soon as they gave you this fake Afonja, that's not even a Yoruba man, that's from Guinea. As soon as they gave him to you guys as a president, all of you now, all of a sudden, just keep quiet because it is your turn now. You don't want to say anything. When it's not going your way, you start lamenting. Now that you guys are as in so-called fraudulent fake power ruling the zoo, you keep quiet. Enough of this idiocy, enough of this ignoramus, enough of all this stupidity. You guys are beginning to make the black African race a laughing stock. You're just telling us that okay, old race is also advance and become foolish. We don't want to be part of that. We want real civilization. Not every civilization is good civilization, but civilization that will breed conscientious humanity. So it's high time you guys start thinking about yourself, fix your house, and so that in the future we can have bilateral trade. You understand? And stop worrying about all these things. Most of you are suffering. Some of your villages have no roads, have no water. You understand? You claim Lagos as your own. What kind of just okay, Lagos now that is being seen as the only seaport in that zoo because all this is all the agreements our had with them for them to allow that war happen. This was all the agreement to close down everything in the east and give you guys the only viable distance. Let me tell you something. There's something some people don't know. Have you asked yourself why is it every international flight that comes to Lagos, they don't land like they don't land in it's either they land very, very, very early in the morning or they land late at night. Because they do that way so that anybody that is coming into the zoo, and most especially Biafrans, cannot travel because most of them they have to go to other states, cannot travel that same day because so that you can pay hotels, so that they can make money. All these things are planned. We know all the tricks. You understand? One thing our leader did for us very well was teaching us everything about the zoo. When our leader started, he was saying he spoke to us in a very, very aggressive manner. We were angry, but we turned that anger into positive thinking. And now this is what we are doing. So you guys should take this food for thought and put it into practice so that you guys can move yourself ahead. And trust me, whatever you do before we will have any bilateral relationship with you, yes, sir, there will be an atonement. And that atonement is you paying repatriations for all the buildings, all the businesses of Biafrans you destroy in Lagos, and also paying for that aiding and abating the Fulanis in that genocidal war. It's not just only you, all of you in that every part of the zoo, the middle belt, all of you, because we have to first of all reach a point of justice before we can talk about having any so-called bilateral trade that will ever happen in future. So take this and go and fix yourself. Nigeria is not meant for anybody. Nigeria cannot work. So please, 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 in as much as I'm angry with you guys, I love you guys because you are much more closer in relative than even the Caucasian. And they are the ones that put this whole charade that is going on. So you guys go and fix your house. Fix your house, reunify your people. You go to Lagos, you know that there's a part in Lagos that the Fulani have their own militant. They have their militants and they are settling land disputes. You don't think about all this, but you are worrying and trying to hold down a great race that have even been existing even before you even started existing from freeing themselves. So please go and fix your house. Take this little advice and work on how you will liberate yourself so that you don't go into extinct. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chukwumaizi, for that wonderful work. God bless you. So let us go to justice and fairness before we go to Mazi God's way. So Oladotun Obi Teddy, please stand by. And Professor Enoho, Dr. David Nana, proudly emeritus, please hang in there on the request. We'll bring you forth shortly. Mr. Justice Mazi, please, you are clear.
My
Okay.
brother.
Yeah.
So, university, you can go to Jumbo. You can see the one that I put red. I indicated red there. The history of the Presbyterian Church in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Go and look at it. You will see there was Presbyterian Church of Biafra in 1846. Look at it.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Justice, can you come closer to your mic a bit? Sorry.
Can you guys hear me
Yeah,
now?
we can hear you.
Thank you, everyone. I have seen this room run since yesterday, but I was busy trying to do one or two things because of my job, And I don't waste my time with these Afonjas or Yorubas. I'm trying to waste my time with our own people to come to realize that Nigeria is not for us. And I thank you all that have made it so far. We have gone far from anybody thinking that Biafra is not going to be actualized. And that is why I'm emphasizing it, that if you don't know how to handle weapon, go and learn it. That is one of the key points we're going to hold, because we are no more smiling. We are angry. We might look normal, we might dress normal, but all of you know we are very, very angry. And somebody who threatened to, we know that person for a very long time. Sometimes they threaten us like that. I want everybody to understand. I was in that zoo, and I made them to understand that I'm here. Bring your DSS, bring everything. I just saw a publication now that 50-something House of Rep members have written
Justice,
to you.
just please, Biko, sorry, don't lose your train of thought. That guy that threatened Tochi, you know him.
He's a man Smith now.
Iman
Smart or what?
Daft. Iman Daft. You know,
Smart, yes.
that guy and Tochi in a room, Tochi will beat that guy.
Very short man that doesn't even reach up to 4 inches. Anyway, that is not even our problem because that one will not even get close. So I saw a publication today saying that some members of House of Arab member have written to Tinubu that Nnamdi Kanu should be released for the peace in the East. And this thing brings to me when Nnamdi Kanu have only and his courage to tell his people the truth. And you call him all sort of name. Today they are claiming that is the key to the peace in the Southeast. That's how the table is turning around. Because our PM have sent a signal to them that now the Kalo warn you guys that if you look for me, you don't see me. People who is going to deal with you people are coming, and now we are here. And I'm going to end by telling you guys in this struggle that Biafra is coming, freedom is coming. MMK said, before we came, there's none like us. Now we are here. They are trying to be with like us. That's why Yorubas are crying. Like when I saw yesterday that United States Department of Justice have tippers for the independence of Biafra, I have gone around the timeline to see. You know, they always jump on our PM or any of our news to debunk it. I have looked around, none of them was able to debunk it because America is not something you can just put on the media and you just think that it's just like that. So all of them go quiet. So MK said, why we are here, they want to be like us. Can they be like us? The answer is definitely no. And when we are far gone, they will pray and wish that we remain forever. That is why every one of you should not be like IPOB Nigeria. Every one of you should be determined, knowing that the days ahead are evil. That what we are going to face is more than what these are from just cry. All these ones, all of them online, they are not human beings. If some of them come in a room or in a place and they put all of us there, they can't stand us within 5 seconds. They go down. They all know it. That's why when they come to online, because they are not present, they can say, God punish your mother. And they will go to their room and say, I have caused him, come and slap me now. You can't slap them because anybody can type. But not everybody can fight for freedom. Not everybody can stand the government. Not everybody can do nothing. But we have showed them we can fight the government, we can say our word, we can preach our word, and the word are taking notice. And I can assure you, don't give up. It's time everybody train himself from your mental strength. And I'm going to end with this. MMK said in his last broadcast, if you go and listen to it, he said, it will be a time, it seems that everything that you are doing are not working. There will be a buffer from every angle. At that point in time, you need to go back to your mental strength. So I'm pleading with every one of us. It's good to start training your mental strength because they will come with so many propagandas like this. If you have a strong mental strength, you're going to stand them and in a few days they will just fall off. I can tell you, I have tested it, I have tried it, and it's working for me. Train your mental strength at this point. That's all we need because other things are taking place. They have tried to fight us with weapon. Do they win? No. That's why Musa is crying everywhere. They have come with propaganda. Someone is a criminal. He's a terrorist. Oh, and I told them in one of the videos that went viral. You people are calling someone a terrorist, but he's still opening Biafran office in Maryland, which is very close to Washington. You think Americans are stupid to allow office of a terrorist to be open somewhere? That's why when you look at yourself, call yourself a Nigerian, I look at you as an idiot because the way you reason makes you an animal. So I want every Biafran to understand that we are winning the war. We are winning the war. So train your mental strength. Don't be too emotional. Stand strong. Learn how to handle some machines because that's the next level. Learn how to handle some machines so that all of us are going to be on ground. Anybody that have the capacity. Time have gone when they tell us, oh, come back to Biafra and fight. They know we can come back. They have seen us come back. And they have confessed what our coming back is doing to them. So I want everybody to take it as a duty to train your mental strength. Thank you, Starman. Thank you, University. Thank you, everyone on the stage. You guys are doing wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Justice, for that wonderful one. I love that.
University, please can you switch me to listening so that other people can get
Can
the
comment.
opportunity? Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I do that now immediately. Socrates, that I don't get that file, the document. I don't get it. So,
It's on the Jumbo, not on the chat. Jumbo, I posted it. It's in the history of the Presbyterian Church. You see, the Presbyterian Church of Biafra was there in 1846. Nigeria was not around by that time. Just read it. It's on the jumbo. I marked red around that area. You will see the history of the Presbyterian Church. Just go to jumbo. It's there.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I check again because I didn't find it. Now, thank you very much, Justice, for that wonderful submission you've made. Mazi, God's will, thank you for your patience. God bless you for staying put. Mazi, God's will, can you hear us? Mazi, God's will from BWOC. Mazi, God's will from Biafran Writers of Conscience. Mazi, God's will, are you in there? I repeat, Mazi, God's will, are you in there? Okay, Mazi, God's will is not close to his device. We go to Teddy.
Please, can I just go, please? My phone is kind of down, please. Just 5 minutes, please.
You can't go for 5 minutes. You only have 3 minutes.
Okay, let me just do it, please. I beg you. I need to just, before my phone goes off, I have
Teddy, do you
something to
want
say.
to go ahead? Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. Hang in there, Teddy. Stand by. Obi, go ahead.
All right, thank you, folks. I really appreciate you. The speaker that was supposed to go before me, I appreciate your kind gesture. The reason why I decided to send a request for the mic is because I have been listening and I hear a whole lot of propagandas, and I think it will enable people to set records straight. What I'm going to say, I know I'm going to get attacked, but I don't mind. First and foremost, the upward review of the numbers of people that died. First, I want to acknowledge that yes, in terms of international recognition and what have you, it was recognized that there was a genocide in the Biafra Nigerian war. You understand? But what
Yeah, it's good to cut the idiot out. God
Obi?
cut him off already, so there is no need to bother about such idiot.
Okay, so it's out of space. Why?
It's an act of God.
Okay. Let us continue. I don't know what he was trying to talk about, but unfortunately he got out of the space. So, Teddy, you have the mic now, please.
Okay, thanks a lot. I can accentuate what IBB, Balamosi said one time about
Is
the
that is that is
Yoruba
that
people.
Benchukes? Teddy, are you Benchukes?
No, Theodore
Teddy.
Emegano.
Okay, your
Theodore.
voice looks like that. Yes, acknowledge. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, what I was saying, IBB said one time, those Yoruba folks, uh, if he's sleeping, I hear a war song from them. If he wakes up, I say, "What's happening?" They say, "It's Yoruba." He will go back to sleep. Those guys are spineless human beings. I actually graduated from University of Ife in those days, 1983. I know they are a bunch of cowards. We should be taking them, when the fight comes, then we see them relegating to the background. What I'm trying to say is, even though we are not going to ignore them entirely, even if they are sabotaging and doing all sorts of things, related to sabotage of our fight, we should say, look at them as people without spines. People are so, agreed with either foul negotiations, trying to chicken out when the stakes are high. So, but at any rate, what I will suggest at this juncture in our struggle, they should not dictate what to do. We should ignore them and fight on. Prepare ourselves, as the last speaker said, but one speaker said the mental, we increase our mental and physical strength about this struggle. Stick to what we are doing because we are progressing well. And looking at these people,
every day they will come with stories about if you go on in the space and see what people are writing about us. Sometimes they will try to, everything about us is bad. That I've been saying that if I physically get any of them, honestly speaking, I'll punch and pound some mouths and make sure they don't talk that thing again. And at any rate, we are doing well. The way I rate it, are doing well. If we are not doing well, why are they going to say that somebody they proclaim a terrorist initially? Now people are struggling, calling them the best of guy that should be released from the detention, from the dungeon. And if you look at all this, you know that he is actually not done anything. And he's not a criminal, he's not a terrorist. Even the country that is actually spearheading is the terrorist, not obeying judicial pronouncements, not sticking to anything about rule of law. Went internationally, kidnapped somebody, came back to Nigeria. And these are international crimes. So we shouldn't take them serious. And these guys, we should handle them and deal with them squarely, no matter how they pretend they are good. And they're going to work. Yeah, I think honestly, I don't actually trust any of them. I don't. I have a good friends of mine. Even when I applied for Sudan Union PRO, not Sudan Union, Physics Department PRO, he was my sponsor. That was a long time ago. We are still today, we are friends, over 40 years. But I don't really trust him, because he can chicken out, he can do everything to betray somebody. So knowing what happened with Awo and all those things happened before the war, how people will say, if you do this, I will do that. Once the Biafra, those are the things, eye openers, and things we'll be considering. These guys shouldn't be trusted in any way. If we are fighting, we go straight for all our troops. No matter the Musa declared, did he call it jungle warfare, which means he has already declared a war. That means we should face him there and do the other side of it, the one we know best. All these, we have to combine and add them together. Okay, sorry, I have to yield my mind because we have a meeting here. I just stepped out and the noise here is so much, and the earpiece is not allowing me, like in the morning, to actually
All
air
right,
up my
Teddy.
view properly. Okay. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
coming to this space. We enjoy your
Yeah,
submission. Yeah,
yeah,
thank
yes,
you.
I will still be on,
Thank
but I will be listening. I'll be listening with my ears piece, but I won't be able to talk.
acknowledge.
Okay, thank
Acknowledge.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Teddy. So, citizen, stop unmuting yourself, please. Try to follow. People are here. People have been on the request list for a very long time. I'm just picking them up as they come, trying to remember who comes first or not. Please don't unmute yourself again. The mic will get to you. We are using 3 minutes. Um, Thank you very much once again, Teddy. We have to take see him. Okay, Oladotun, it's your turn now, please. You are clear to speak. Welcome to the space. Ola,
Hello,
yeah,
it is
Olado,
Oludotun.
Oludotun or
Hello,
Dotun.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's
Yes.
enter the
How is
space.
everything?
Fine. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I will be brief. I just want to ask something. Why do you people like blackmailing other people? There was a war and there were casualties on both sides. So why are you trying to make it sound as if you people did not kill other people too? In an open warfare, people are bound to die. That's why people have been doing everything. They do everything to avoid war, outbreak of war, because people will always die. There are documented atrocity of what your army did in the South region, did in the Midwest region, what they did on their way or on their way to the Western
Wait,
region.
wait, where are you referring to
So,
as South region? Because don't refer to my region because my people
Igbo,
And
fought for
Midwest
Biafra.
region.
Igbo, come on, no,
So who are those Midwest and those things you are
your Ojuku soldiers looted CBN at Benin,
my
carted
Ojuku
away
never
foreign money
looted
and gold.
needed. You have nothing to do in the South. Listen, don't say that people are casting aspersion because you opened the space. You mentioned Igbo. You are the ones putting Igbo on your tag on your names and start using them to come on space to attack all the entire
You see, let
Igbo
me tell
race.
you something.
You would no wait because you have gotten the point wrong and I'm denying you the access to continue with your mic because you cannot come you
Because you
cannot
hear the
come
truth.
you cannot come to the space and just usher attack and saying that we are doing this and that. You people will open space. You will even take Igbo name on your profile and use it to start attacking Igbo. You now came here trying to to validate such thing that you
I'm
know
not
what Ojukwu
validating anything.
do in the
I'm telling
coastal.
you
I
that
am from
enough of this.
I'm a Datan. I'm a Datan because of you people. That is why I am
You
online.
need
Because
to
of people.
stop this.
Because of
I
people
don't know
like
you.
you.
I cannot verify that.
Those those
But you need to quit this victim mentality.
there is nobody is your don't come here and control Biafrans. No. If you come here, tell your own part of the story. Don't say that Biafrans kill people from both sides. That's a big lie. Nigeria was committing pogrom. Nigeria was killing Biafrans. Nigeria was killing our people, both north and the west. In a car land, they were using big lorry. This is a trailer truck. That was where they were using to return the dead bodies from a car. And these people, then they call them Igbo. They just take the region that you are from, the area that you are from. They will load all of them in one truck and ship them to one side. When they reach our place, they will ship the dead body, take some to Asaba, take some to Wari, and carry some to Bini. This liar is lying against my ancestor, saying that we looted a Bini bank. There is no Bini in the south. That Bini is not indigenous. It is also a colonial built. You people peddled with colonial people to grab other people's land. You have enjoyed many benefits during the colonial time, but this time it is not going to be the same anymore. You understand me? Because we in the south, we are bearing the highest brunt of the Yoruba's damage. Yorubas are able to successfully install, and implant the Oba that they call Oba of Benin. They perpetually liaised with the Arabs and built a kingdom that was not successful, only to be concluded only with mouth. The land has always been there. With mouth and palace, these people were able to take over our land. With only mouth and palace. And the Portuguese and the Greek were made it very possible for them because they needed to steal all the artifacts belonging to Igodomigodo. These Yoruba people were given asylum by the Godomigodo in Idu land. They gave them Ilefe. They took over the land. All the land we gave them, it becomes their own. They even invited foreigners, liaised with them, had an agreement with them, and come and butchered our people. Thousands of our people are buried at Ring Road up until today. Biafra need to come so that the spirit of these people will be at peace. And the hands of the vision that are coming from the Yoruba, I promise you with my life, we are going you off. I am you the truth. It is not going to. We are coming for you. We are coming home. All we see, or we will die there. We will live there. We will dig it and dig it, even if it takes 50 years. But Nigeria will never ever remain the same. I am telling you the truth because you have made the life of able men and women to be miserable and to be useless. Your actions have brought shame and a curse to Africa. And we must claim these actions. We must change this mentality. People will open space with other people's name belonging to other people's tribe and be lambasting and destroying this tribe. I saw one Igbo boy was on their space. You need to see how all that. I commend that guy's courage. I can't stay in a place like that. I will explode. All of them channel on this boy. I was so pitiful. I was sorry for him. You know how this will be trying to please somebody. If they give Yoruba people nuclear weapon, they will put it in your land and all of us will perish. That is how much they hate us. I'm telling you the truth. I did inside their platform now. I did with them every day. You can see the enormous amount of hatred. We didn't do these people anything, no. We gave them everything. I'm from Iduland, so I know them. There is no good that if you think Igbo people even before that was why Franco Pigo was shouting. He was shouting for Ojuku. You don't know these people. I am an German. We are brothers. You don't know these people you are trying to please. They will kill us all. The hatred is getting too much. The killing is getting too much. You have abandoned our place. Even Opigo has to dig deep. Frank dig so deep, bring out material, show Ojuku as a proof that we had a state. This was our state before we were invaded. This was what we were. Maybe when we go back to this our root, the ancient Biafran, our ancestors they will forgive us and help us to heal our land from the infection and from the infections of the Yorubas. Do you want to talk about the other Yoruba man in Edu land in Oba of Bini? Nobody talks. Anybody that talks dies. If ask them, all those people they have been killing up until today, how is their life like now? What is their life like? They have completely and arbitrarily rendered the entire folks useless. Your Yoruba of Benin system have turned our youth into court and the ladies into sex slaves. They don't even practice that slavery in the land again. They now practice it all over the world. They are in Italy, they are in Belgium, they are in Asia, they are in America, they are in London. And you want to come here, my people are dying. Okay, go and remove the terrorists in our land now. Our women, our wives are being raped. Do you have any solution to that, Dondi? You want to blame Ojuku when the problem is facing you, Koro eye now. Solve the Nigerian problem now. See Nigeria. Why are you interested about Igbo living and not living in Nigeria? Don't you know that if you go to space or you open a program and coined it with the other ethnic group's name, you put it there. Igbo is an ethnic group that have giant kingdoms, giant tribes inside. You don't mess with the Igbos. You don't mess with the Asian people. I'm telling you, because many things are going to come for you in the nearest future. In less than 6 months' time, you will be seeing spirit. If you don't leave the Igbo tribe alone, you go and put up something. You will disparage our person, and you will not want to see your Yoruba on top of that. Your actions are bigotry. And we put it here so that you understand. We want to address this, and we want you to address it. Focus on that topic without, especially if you temper talking to Ojuku like that, I am not going to appreciate it on the space, except if I'm out of the co-host. That's the only way you can do that. You see Simon Ekpa, Ojuku, Nnamdi Kanu, Effiong. Count these people from your argument. These are the greatest heroes, very, very authentic, that Biafrans have ever had all our life. They have always been there fighting. I come from a lineage that fought for against slavery. All of you are enjoying Nigeria. They are even claiming that what do you call it? That Azikiwe fought for freedom of Nigeria. It's freedom of, we have 3 teams. Even before Nnamdi Azikiwe,
He fought for the colonials. Nigeria was for the colonials. That was for the British company. There were people who were fighting for the land, to liberate the land from the curse that was brought by aliens who came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And Yorubas meddled with them, signed agreement with them. They even become soldiers of these colonials. Today, you will see, if people are condemning colonialism and what the imperialists, capitalists have done in our land, a Yoruba man will open mouth and be talking about colonialism. I was like, look at a new colonialist that can be used by anything. He can be bought by anything. He can be bought at any moment. He can be used to do all manner of evil. They use them to destroy Africa. And when they are talking about colonization, you see them. If people like Olamire is talking, then I can listen. Those are people whom even their fathers never step away from the African culture, tradition, and government. But you aligned yourself with foreigners that came to destroy the land and then create a country. You want that kind of system to work for the best interest of the owners of the land. Your actions and your system have always imported and bring in foreigners to destroy the land with your agreement for your own type of land grabbing. And that is why Fulanis know you, and Fulanis are going to destroy you. Fulanis are they know they look your face now. If they talk about Igbo man, Fulani can follow you to argue about Igbo man, but he knows that you are just a walkover for him. Fulanis are going to take over your land. They will destroy you. And you see those Igbo business that you are destroying today, you won't have that time tomorrow.
University.
Please
Because can you hear me?
respect the about
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. You see, like I said, why I set this room up was so that those our lost brothers who still have their heads in all sorts of nonsense, whether it's one Nigeria or whether it's obedient to, whether it's I'm shy in diaspora, my life is better, and I couldn't care less what's going on back home. To or especially those ones that are doing this gumbody with other. Oh, I'm a detribalized Nigerian. Was to set up a stage where people like Oludotu will come and demonstrate exactly what he did to show you that you are still lost doing the tribalized Nigerian, that Nigeria doesn't care about you. What Dotun did was come, like many of them have done since this space was running, to come and minimize the genocide. To come and say, oh, it was a war. In a war, you kill people and they kill you. Oh, it was a war. But because it was a war, you're allowed to kill as many people as you want, and then it's not a genocide. So, wait. Is it only when someone just starts killing people? Hitler, the Jews Hitler killed during Second World War, was it during peacetime?
it was during wartime and they pay restitution.
You see how disingenuous the attitude, and this is what I waited for him to finish. I think someone muted him, but my phone has been acting up. I was waiting for him to finish, so I'll immediately say what I'm saying now, just to highlight to everybody. And look, as long as you remain in Nigeria, if at this stage they are now denying it, wait for one more generation. Your children will believe there was no genocide. In fact, 2 generations down the line, the narrative will be some brutal dictator took over Biafra, wanted to now colonize Nigeria. And that's how the story will keep changing, keep changing, keep changing, keep changing. See, again, this room is for those Nigerian, those one Nigerian Igbo'S and Biafrans who either maybe they were born in the so-called early 2000s, they are all 19, 18, 20 year old. They think, oh, Gen Z, our own way is different. Like as if That's how the world runs. Oh, just because he has Gen Z, somehow you have some special status. Many of you don't even have any life experience. But because they told you you had right to vote, no, it's my right to vote. I want a new Nigeria. And yeah, it's Peter Obi, Peter Obi. And people like us are telling you, we've been there, worn the t-shirt, come back, the t-shirt doesn't fit. Look at how they are minimizing, unless you're trying to tell me you care more about progressing Nigeria than your ancestors that the same Nigeria murdered. Like, unless you're trying to tell me that to you, it doesn't really matter how many of your ancestors were murdered by Nigeria. But as long as that same Nigeria progresses. Yes, obedience. This room is actually for you. You, obedience, one Nigerianists, all of you, and some of you have come up here today. Some of you have said that they are Nigerian first before they are Igbo. And you literally see somebody whose tongue is not connected to the brain. No logic running anywhere in that brain. No logic. Just opening his mouth to say what he has been propagandized and programmed to say by colonial education, by colonial whitewashing of the brain. And yeah, where's my brother? Think. That disease you diagnose Nigerians, bias, the acronym, I can't remember. That was brilliant. That you just discovered a new disease on top of the ones we even discovered in Clubhouse, from Negro psychosis to Nigerianosis myopica. Look, psychological condition is real. You see, there's something called epigenetic trauma. So if you have two twins and one of them, you breed one of them, or well, look after one of them, groom one of them under very nice, stable, favorable conditions, and you groom the other one under terrible conditions. Believe it or not, the stress of that environment will force the genes in their next generation, their offspring, to be expressed differently depending on that stress. It's called epigenetic trauma. And almost all Black people around the world are suffering it today. It's a miracle that those of us who've snapped out of the whitewashed brain mentality, it is a testament to the strength of your mind. Those of us who've snapped out of it, it is a testament to the strength of your mind. If you've seen a movie like The Matrix, it's like being one of those few that could break out of the Matrix. And you're on the right side of history. And before I land, I'll say this. So-called Gen Z, Zombidians, looking for new Nigeria. Why are you trying to rebuild a crumbled castle when you can just build a new one? You're in your 20s. How old was Alexander the so-called Great, the Greek, when he created his empire? Alexander was 25. His generals, his soldiers were his age mates, 25-year-olds. Or men in their 20s, or is it 40-year-old and 50-year-old men that will go and conquer empire? Really? No, this was men in their fighting age prime. Your age mates. Some of you are even older than them. They created an empire. No, now we're not even asking you to create an empire. We're just asking you to build your own new nation. Abandon the one a foreigner, Oyibo man, came to build for you that wasn't designed to work for you in the first place. Build your own on the foundation your ancestors already left for you. And you can't see it. Again, is a testament to the strength and the weakness of the minds of some people and other people. Those that can see, some of you don't know the vision me I'm seeing for and me, I can't understand how some of you can't see the vision, and your brain is locked into that quagmire of trying to untangle the mess that's Nigeria. Meanwhile, for me, looking at Biafra, I'm looking at a blank template. I'm looking at building a civilization from literally not from scratch, because the foundation it luckily still survives. But on that foundation, which was solid on its own, which is why it survived 200 years of colonial debasement, is still standing. Now we day here today. So what I need to do now is build a new 21st century civilization on that foundation. I have a chance to build a civilization from scratch, looking at all the other civilizations and the mistakes they made and avoid those mistakes. Some of you can't see this. You're still there waiting for, oh, maybe Nigeria will be better in 100 years. 4 generations from now, when you're dead, it's your children's children's children that will come and meet you wherever you are, heaven or hell, to come and tell you whether Nigeria is now better or not. So why are you alive? What did you come to this world to do? Just to live, eat, piss, shit, sleep, born children, let them continue the suffering, and then you go to wherever and wait for them to come and tell you how far. Is that what you were born for? Anyway, for the sake of hands, let's move on. United States, I've seen your hand up since.
No, United States
Sorry,
coming not
please.
quite long.
Proudly, I've been here since morning. Oh.
Oh, yes,
No,
proudly.
proudly, you just
No,
came
no,
in
no. I've
now.
been
You've
here
been on.
since. I've just been having issues with my network, so I've been coming in, going out.
Oh,
Starman, I
okay.
heard you mention my name.
Sorry?
It's United speaking. Starman, greetings to every one of you. You know that Oludotun, please, I'm sorry, I know I'm not the one to talk now, but that Oludotun, I've been fighting with that idiot online since. I mean, exactly what your university told him to just now, that was what I've been telling them. But you know, those people, they are stuck in trade, is changing narrative, lying and lying. And even but I thank God it's clear to every one of us now who our true enemies are and why those people dominate the media in Nigeria. You know the role they've been playing. So and this social media and that has broken what they call the conventional media space, has really it dealt with them. So because they used to gag everything, change the narrative with their newspapers. That's why our leader was fighting. Now I understand why our leader every time he continues to shout about these people, calling their names. But I'm seriously speaking, I'm no longer apologetic about those people. I don't give a fuck about those people. I don't want to have anything to do with those people. I can tell you, my uncle they literally almost killed my uncle in the federal. And now I begin to recount all my people in my village that they have been attacked. Working in federal appointments. The people they killed, they were just from this Yorubas. I've never heard anybody that was attacked by an Hausa person or any other tribe. Honestly speaking, but I don't know how they managed to evade our radar. And we never knew who our enemies are. And for our obedient brothers, they have been, what they do is that they will pressure you into even denying who you are. Just like what they did to Peter. If you remember the story of Peter, when Peter denied Jesus, what happened? They was like, you are one of them. You're one of them until Peter started denying Christ. And that is how they push you. And that is exactly what will happen to us if we remain in Nigeria. It is a danger. We are in danger, especially in Nigeria, and we must get out. Just like Godly said, very soon they are going to look at what he tells you that Ojukwu stole from the bank. Ojukwu brought people to kill their own people. Why the second in command to Ojukwu is someone from that side that he's talking about. So Ojukwu now bring army to come and kill the people that he's fighting to defend. Can you imagine that? And this is how, when they continue to tell these lies, eventually everybody will be bamboozled into accepting it. And that's what they do by telling you be a Nigerian. They make you detribalize. You are losing your essence. And an Igbo man will wake up and tell you, I'm first a Nigerian before I'm Igbo. Can you imagine that stupidity? I'm sorry.
Thank you, United States. Um, you know, uh, Attack on your tribe, detribalization is a war crime. Detribalization in a system like this is like asking somebody to deny his root. You are denying your root, and you are doing it. You are making it look like you are doing a good thing, but you're hurting yourself. Then in the few years you are suffering, you'll be telling us
that Africa is poverty stricken when you have done all matter. Do you know what it means spiritually, even to deny yourself, to deny your root? Ojuku was very, very skeptical about it. He said that if people deny you, if people reject you, if the world deny you, do not deny yourself. Do not reject yourself, who you are. There must be something that is unique about you. That is why people want you to lose who you are. People want you to be detribalized. People want you. These are crimes. If you jam a family that is very united and have everything it takes to fight, and you try to encroach like that as a weapon for you to destroy them, you are going to have yourself to blame, because they will just gather together and quench you. This is what I want us from the coastal region to do. Here, we have found our family. We are reuniting ourselves. We are correcting the exact foundation of Nigeria. We have to come together as urgent as possible, because the plan of these people, their attack against our identity, is highly intensified, and we need to come together to crush those who wants to divide us. If anybody is looking for family member, go and look for family member elsewhere. If you are looking for a Biafran family member, then you must, if you live in Biafra land, you must come to terms with the Biafran Republic government in exile. You must adhere to the instructions of the Biafran government, because that is a government that is transiting, and it is coming to bring that abroad that they promise our people. We want to bring that abroad, come back home. So our people don't need to run away from home and terrorists will occupy our land. And then when the terrorists are killing us, when we kill them back, they will go and send soldiers. You will capture terrorists that have raped somebody, kill him because you have killed other people. The next thing you will hear in the Yoruba media is that soldiers have been killed. And then they will send troop of soldiers and tanks and jet bomber, Tucano bomber, and bring down the entire village. For a terrorist that have killed close to 170 something people, you clear our village for. It won't betize anybody who want to tell me about one Nigeria. One Nigeria is your number one enemy. It is your death sentence. And we'll continue to fight against one Nigeria, because if Nigeria is supposed to exist, you will not have something like one Nigeria, because if you are living, you want to say one Germany, they will even find you as a suspect. Why are you saying, are you trying to divide the country? Is the country not one before? Why all of a sudden one Nigeria came? One Nigeria died at Asaba massacre. The people that were butchered there, they were shouting one Nigeria. So please don't do one Nigeria with Biafrans. Thank you very much, Starman, and of course, the United States of Biafra, for your wonderful submission. And of course, proudly, you still gonna have to wait, because United Nigeria was here before you, Citizen was here before you, Mazi
No,
Audrey,
I've been here since, so
Mazi Audrey
I've
was
actually
here
been here
much
since before
before
these
you.
guys though. I've been here since. I've just been going out because I told you my network has been bad, so I've been trying to reconnect and connect back.
So
Yeah,
Mazi Drake, do you
yeah,
want Proudly to go on?
wow.
Oh, so you want him to go on?
Yeah, he's been here for a long time,
Okay,
and I didn't actually hear him. I don't know if he's spoken before.
he was on request. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
haven't spoken before. I had to just be
Mm.
patient for everyone to finish.
And
So,
sorry. Yeah,
yeah, can I?
and Emeritus, I can't bring you guys up. For some reason, I keep clicking for you to come up, but it says there's an error. So, but I'll keep trying. Proudly, carry on.
All right, thank you very much. Firstly, before I start, I would like to request that the handler, Jagun Labi, should never be in this in any progressive liberal space like this again, because he's a radical conservative. I've been in most of the forums. I've actually heard him speak. Even when I heard some people, bring up his name on this same space, I was particularly interested because I would really love to have heard what he wanted to say. He's actually an asset to the oligarchy. He's protecting Western foreign interest. He's been on all pro-Biafran space. What he does is just come to the space, record any conversation, just to twist the narrative and obviously use it for their propaganda, whatever they are doing. That's one of the things I wanted to point out here before I proceed further. I would urge all moderators, especially in this particular space, wherever you guys see him, please just block him. That's what he does. He's just here to create problem. I've been on different spaces. I've seen him spoken. I've seen his attitude. And mind you, I'm half Igbo, half Yoruba. So I'm not against any form of agitation, secessionist from the Biafran. In fact, I'm mainly in support of that movement because I believe that that's the only way the Ndi Igbo can achieve freedom. Now, for me to move on to the second, my second speech regarding what I've heard so far in the group, I like to say that this is not a Yoruba versus Igbo fight. Firstly, I'm a product. I'm a product of both worlds. So I don't think I would like to find myself in a space where I'll have to choose in between. However, we have a community, a growing community of such, I don't know if I should call it incidents, product of such words. We have a community where there's an Igbo Yoruba marriage going on every weekend regularly. So I don't think the issue at hand right now is Igbo versus Yoruba. Rather, I think it is the elite minority against majority of Ndi Igbo. Those who are benefiting from the resources from Ndi Igbo, using the radical conservatives from the southwest to create division, so that there's how this game is played. It's political for me. So I believe that if we keep adopting that tribalistic approach, trust me, we will only foster more resource exploitation by this elite minority rather than uniting and cooperating in by a large extent. Now, sadly for me, the radical conservatives from southwestern region, they have always been falling into this trap every single time. These divide and conquer techniques. The politics they play, I believe, may even seen as a draconian political philosophy. As far as I am concerned, I'm not sure if anyone has noticed the rise in this skewed perspective and historical distortion that they've been, peddling up and down. I keep hearing people say, especially from the millennials and Gen Z, telling them that this particular tribe, we are slaves. Each time I see these things, I get really pissed. But like I say, we have to also learn to control our emotions because sometimes I feel they understand how to poke us. And then when we try to react, we are called the aggressors. The aggressors. Every single time I go to various space and they is the aggressors. I try to explain this every single time. These people that you're calling the aggressors are not the aggressors. The other side of the southwestern region have always been playing this game right time, playing on people's mental intelligence. You know, I give it to them. In 2018, I think I had a discussion with someone. I said, I noticed how the southwestern, I think, political landscape is trying to promote their culture historically in the global stage. Through their movies, through the what is Ndibo doing? Because this is actually a warfare. They've started this warfare a long time ago. People weren't paying attention. They were displacing all Ndibo economically in some places. Even in the tech world, even in the tech field, you can't even do something without even trying to bring in a Southwesterner inside. Just like me having a Yoruba name. If I don't have that in my name, sometimes it may be difficult for you to even secure a type of job. Why? Because they have strategically found a way to displace the southeastern region. But my question is, what is Ndibo doing on their end? It doesn't have to be an open fight. I mean, there are some spaces I visit. I say there are certain things you guys, as in there are certain things we speak in these forums that they note down and then they use it as a tool to fight against us. How can we suppress these things? We can keep, talking about this thing over and over again. What can we do? What has been done? How do we rally the new generation coming up now? How do we? Are we going to schools? Are there informations? Have there been ways to pass information to these kids, especially the
Sorry,
Gen Z?
we are not rallying anything. We are going out. So please stop the preaching. We are going out, so there is no rallying, there is no unification. You either choose your father's side or you choose your mother's side, my friend. Forget about it.
Thank you.
Wait. Biko,
Thank you.
proudly,
Can I proceed? Yes,
proudly.
yes, yes. I can listen
Probably
to
you
you.
have 30 seconds, sir.
Oh, okay, okay.
Proudly,
Can I
round.
proceed further now?
Yes, round up.
Okay. Now, historically, like I said, truth can never be fully concealed. If the Oni of Ife himself, who is actually the custodian of the Yoruba culture, has also validated the history that there is a thin line between the Igbos and the Yorubas, there is a close relationship. How else can we find a way to coexist? And if the marriage cannot work, then we need to find easier ways to eradicate the idea of the one Nigeria rather than, promoting violence. Because first and foremost, the Biafra movement was never a violent movement. I still believe it is not. The agitation was peacefully coexisted until a group of
What happened?
I don't know.
It's an act of God.
The guy just he just
I'm not. I'm not so sure.
So, Stammer, can I make a comment because he was a lot of questions.
Yeah, Stammer, please, can I say one or two things, please? Stammer.
but yeah, I see him back. So uh
a network issue.
He's back.
I think it was a
okay, proud.
network issue. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me, please?
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
round
All
up.
right,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
So,
probably you have less than 10
all right, thank
seconds,
you.
please. Just make it.
So, I uphold the Igbo culture very well. I promote it extremely well to the best of my knowledge. I schooled in Enugu. I have a whole lot of I have a whole lot of that experience growing up. I speak more Igbo than I speak Yoruba. I I connect more with my Igbo brothers more than anything. I did my university days down east as well. I have a BSc in history as well as a master in anthropology. Now my point is we need strong we need strong bodies that can come together, find a way to create this peaceful coexistence. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Okay. Should I just to quickly proudly?
Yes.
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, but okay. You talked about how can the Igbo people do certain things like put their own narrative out there,
Yes,
develop their own.
exactly. How can this narrative be
Yeah?
created for other generations to,
That
to pick up? Because from what I'm seeing so far,
that
there is
that's
okay, can you continue, please?
exactly what that's exactly what we're doing. See, I see some Igbo people talk about, oh, we just need to Igbos come back to East, come back to East. We just need to build our economy. We just need to, you know, develop ourselves. And you look at them and you wonder, so what's government there for? Is government not supposed to be there to build your economy, to develop you?
Exactly.
How can you have a government and the government abandons you? Then you, the people, now start crowdfunding your own development. Like, make it make sense. So what we've decided to do with the Biafra government in exile now, we've decided to create a, a different government from the uh, 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 from the fraudulent or from the terrorist Nigerian government that's not designed to work for us. Buhari told us himself that if you want Biafra, go and form a government. I think where many Nigerians got it wrong was they were thinking, oh, okay, if they need to form a government, then they'll have to go and gather their Southeast governors, Southeast senators, No. He did. That's not what Buhari said. Buhari told us, go and form a government. Our Southeast governors weren't the people fighting for Biafra. He told the people fighting for Biafra to go and form a government. And that's exactly what we've done. Now, you see, all these things you said we should be doing now to develop the Biafran people. I agree with you. But you have nothing. And you can't do diddly squat. Whether you want to build factories, schools, electricity, or even an empire, you have nothing if you don't have sovereignty. Anything you want to do in this life, sovereignty is the first step. And that is what we're fighting
All right,
for.
can I?
Step by step.
Yeah, can I say something? Something I wanted to add to it. I believe that mass consciousness creates
Okay,
mass.
sorry, brother, please, before you continue,
A lot of people
Sama,
are
please,
putting
I don't want to
information
put
requests. We
one
have
word.
I
passed
have not
10
said
people.
anything. Oh, please.
It's on the
I
request.
know I'm not
I
going to
don't
make
know.
a long speech.
I have not said anything.
I'm not
Okay.
making a long speech.
Use
Guys,
30
people, can you
seconds.
hear 1 minute? Please, let's give him.
University, please, just a minute, please,
Yeah, just
Use
a minute,
30
please.
seconds. So.
please.
All right,
Okay,
all right, thank
all
you.
right. So
So,
what
like
I
I
want to say, just like so, excuse me, to a back up what Starman just said, the whoever owns the pipe dictates the tune. There is nothing you can do until you have a government. You have a government that makes the policy. It's a policy of the government that directs what you do. If you bring a $1 billion project and put it in Igbo land, a government that is against you will bring it down, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, and the people, what do people do when they discover that their life is not safe is to decide to create a government that they trust, that they are going to give an assignment to dictate how their life is going to be. And that's what we're doing with the government of Biafra. Understand this and know peace. Everything you're doing in Nigeria is a sinking sand. You're building a sinking sand. No matter how much you invest, it's like when you are pouring in a fire. It will never ever going to make sense. Thank you very much.
yeah, I agree. I completely agree with
Thank you.
what
Proudly,
everyone
you
has
are
said.
using 30 seconds, please.
Oh yeah, thank you. No problem. Like I said, I agree with what everyone is saying. For me, like I said, I believe that mass consciousness sometimes creates mass reality. If we keep banking on the idea that Igbos have to come back to Igbo to build the nation, of course, the saboteurs, the Nigerian government, obviously would not let that happen. My question is, internally, what are we doing aside from the obvious agitation happening right now? There are other things I believe that can be done. For example, the Yoruba nation is currently promoting the Ifa cultural system. Ndi Igbo is denying the Ordinala. Why are we not letting this fly? These are ways they can program people's mind. The whole lot of churches in Ndi Igbo land is supporting the Nigerian movement rather than the Biafra movement. How can that be explained?
Takia, that is deceit. Don't distract us from that. That is Takia. Please.
Secret. Wait. Okay. Proudly, your time is up. Please mute.
Yes, yes, sure.
But university, please,
Starman,
I'm
are you
sorry,
still?
1 minute. Proudly, have you voted in our self-referendum?
Have I what?
Have you voted in the ongoing self-referendum?
Oh yes, yes, I did. I did that.
You did?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, I did.
This is
Wow.
incredible.
So you should know what's going on. You should know what this is about.
Oh, of course, I'm aware. I'm only saying that. I'm only pointing that, as a man, we all have different views on how to take things. When you're in a warfare, there are different strategies you can apply in order to achieve your goals. A person A has something he can, a way he can achieve a particular event. Person B also have a different. For me, I believe that there are grassroots things that we are missing out in order to achieve this whole idea of Biafra. There are certain things we've been missing out a long time ago, and those
Okay.
things are things that prick the consciousness of the Igbo. We
Again,
need to elevate that consciousness first. That's
again,
what I stand for.
again. You see, the way they trained us, the way the system of education white people brought to us was designed to always have us putting the cart before the horse. And that's why we get everything wrong. We always, when you ask a typical African, what's the problem of Africa? Oh, it's our leaders. Meanwhile, what produced those leaders? Didn't the leader come from you? Before the leader even got to power, wasn't he promising heaven and earth? Why did he change mouth as soon as he got into power?
Of course.
You know, we Africans, we like dancing around the elephant in the room. I've just pinpointed one word for you that is the key to the solution, which is getting your sovereignty first. Do you know what sovereignty is? Sovereignty is when you have the right, not just to control your own economy, but to create your own currency backed by that economy, to dictate the prices of your own commodities. That's real sovereignty. Like what Russia is doing today with BRICS. Why do you think the West is all locking? That's real sovereignty.
Starman, please, you forgot in our case, you forgot securing our borders. Please,
Exactly.
border security. Because
Is that
no be your if na your pikin, three Fulani herdsmen come gang rape, kill them. How would you feel? Would you come and be speaking all this grammar on the space and talking of Allah Igbo this consciousness, why they are raping our people, killing our people anyhow because of free movement of some non-entities into our lands? Please, this is about life and death. Thank you.
Exactly. See, many of you don't understand that we're living through the most dangerous decade in human history. See, by the end of this, from 2020 to about mid 2030s, 2035, some ethnic groups will not be around anymore in Africa and all over the world.
That's correct.
Somebody has even written a book about it, a guy called Stanley P. Huntington, Clash of Civilizations. If your group is
Please,
not
please, can you say that name again, Sally? What?
Stanley P. Huntington, if
Huntington.
Clash of Civilizations, that's the name of the book. If your ethnic group is not, see, there's a saying, chance favors the prepared mind. If your ethnic group is not prepared for this, you guys go struggle. Oh.
Yes. Starman, so wait, before you go forward, let me just ask you something. Do you see the situation of Africa today, especially Nigeria, Cameroon, Senegal, because they are still battling with the Casamas movement? Do you see each situation as a clash of a civilization? What we are going through in Africa?
Of course, Nigeria is a classic example. You
Yes.
have the Republican Biafrans, you have the monarchical Yorubas, and you have the hyper monarchical Northerners, Islam. As in, that one is pure submission, even. Three radically different systems. You see, all this, we're tribes. Black
Agreed,
people
agreed.
is a big disrespect to yourself, calling yourself a tribe. Because especially the largest African groups, of which three of the top five, are even in the zoo, trapped in the zoo. Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba were the three of the top five largest ethnic groups in Africa, reducing ourselves to just mere tribes when we're even bigger than just classifying ourselves as ethnicity. We're supposed to be classifying ourselves as civilizations. Didn't you from your knowledge of Yoruba history?
Starman, it's actually a civilization. It's not as if it's a civilization that has suffered many years of invasion. And
Yes,
yes,
Igbo was a civilization.
yes.
Yoruba was a civilization. The fact that you guys have a religious institution like Afa, we have something similar. You guys have Ifa. We will have something similar with a similar name, Afa, a religious institution encoded in those systems of divination with market days as well. The fact you guys have Iyaloja, our women to use complete with your religious pantheon, everything. These are complete with script. These are all the prerequisites to be classified a civilization.
Yes.
Tribe makes it look like you're just a bunch of people running around the bush with leaves tied on your loin, running around throwing spears. To reduce your world view of yourself. It's programming. Calling yourself is a tribe is minimizing your own worldview of yourself. And we're here. Instead of us to go back to civilization. Look at Oyibo today, describing themselves as civilization. Greco-Roman civilization. Sino civilization. We were still here running around ethnic group, tribe, because of Nigeria. Is Nigeria a civilization? Is
It's not.
there civility in Nigeria?
It's a colonization.
Thank you.
Starman, can I drop this university just so I go down? Because I see there's so many people trying to speak. Regarding what
Yeah,
university
yeah.
said now, what I put on the Jumbotron, Gumi, the spokesperson for the so-called bandits, he came out to let you know that what is going on now is an ethnic war. In other words, what you said, the university, a war of civilization by the Fulani man, right, against Nigerians. He said this is a Fulani Janjaweed war against you, Oduduwa, what you call your Nigerians, against the Biafrans. So, and then you, when we say they don't finish your land, your mama tell you say Ikpaku Pala Boboro Bororo Power. Yoruba, they call these Fulani people Bororo. She said,
Christopher,
yep.
Christopher, one of their weapon are the Yoruba people. You can see their systemic fight. What the Yoruba wants is for us to cool down, for us not to create violence, for us not to, as in they said, we are perpetuating violence, we are creating violence. Some of them even came to say that if you fight people in an open war, don't you know that people will die? Now, these people have severally come out to say, as in declare this war many times. Even the chief chairman of ISWAP, they have said it one time. They even said that whatever we have in the Niger Delta belongs to them. So the fight is already, this is a launch age planning, and they are using Yorubas by proxy.
But my
See,
brother, my problem is this. Why is it that they are taking over these people's lands? They are killing them. They even kill how many of their others when? And then your business is sit at home and southeast. How many times do you hear Biafrans talking about what is happening in Ijebu or in Oshogbo? Even your so-called president that came that said, is it for Ewa? Is it for Gari? We've left you alone with your Ewa and Gari. Take it alone, take it away and leave us alone. We are trying to fight to protect our people from extermination. You think it's a joke? These people have come. They are coming, they are killing. Mazinam the Kanu said in 2015, ISIS is coming. Now ISIS is here. And you are still here talking all this nonsense? I weep for some of you. But thank God, thanks to the Biafran government, thanks to our Prime Minister Mai Samonekpa and all the gallant men and women of the Biafra Defense Forces, we owe our lives to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And Biafrans here, please continue to support this government and support our defense. I'm gonna go down to listen now. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. You talked about Gumi. Before I even carry on, who is the third Mahdi? Buhari Abi. They used to hail Buhari in the north as the third Mahdi. I've
yes.
been bringing this thing for years now. Gumi, Sheikh Gumi is the fourth Mahdi. You know, see, as Naim be they in charge of the terrorists now. Naim be the person with all of them, some sort of their voice now. He's the fourth Mahdi, and this one is a radical jihadist, straight out of jihad school. And see, to be fair to Fulani, I've never seen a situation where, as in, they've actually told us everything we need to know. They've declared the war, from Funam statements calling all Fulani across West Africa to come to Nigeria for the ongoing jihad. Many of you are going to act as if you don't know of this, but in fact, Funam released two of such statements. In one of them, they were even abusing the Benue State people that after an attack, that yes, they deserved the attack, that's what they got for something else they did in the past. That El Rufai was even saying that Fulani know they forget. They've told Nigerians this thing in so many jihad, ethnic conflict, the one Gumi is saying now. The Nigerians are playing ostrich, thinking that, imagine an ostrich see lion, they come. Instead, make the ostrich run. The ostrich say, okay, if I can bury my head inside the sand, and from my head being inside the sand, I can't see the lion anymore, then the lion too must not be able to see me. That's what you guys are doing. The fact that this war, even you Yoruba people, is not, see, maybe, is it because it's Nnamdi Kanu that brought the message? Oh, you don't want to listen to message because he's an Igbo man. Your Yoruba brother, Pastor Bosu Emmanuel, what was he shouting all those years ago for you guys? What was he shouting for you guys? You guys didn't listen. You didn't listen. Eh? Anyway, look, me personally, I don't want my the neighboring country to Biafra or all the surrounding countries around Biafra to be Islamic jihadi countries. I really wish the Yoruba can save themselves because, like the Igbo, they too are an ancient civilization. In this new paradigm where this new awakening across Africa, where we're now beginning to free ourselves and reclaim our sovereignty, it would be good to have the Yoruba because, yes, we need economics is about blocks. But look, if you guys don't, we the Igbo, we the Biafrans, we've paid enough price trying to save Nigeria. We cannot be anybody's Jesus Christ again. We've done enough, even in this room. In the room that sparked this room, all they did was abuse us, abuse us, abuse us. In this room, we've thrown one or two jabs, but we've been advising you guys
Alpha,
of the time,
Alpha,
even though
the
we need to.
Alpha Gochuku is
Yeah,
giving you a hand.
Simon, I
Oh,
just wanna,
yeah.
yeah, sorry, brother, I just wanna chip in something, because I just want to say this to the brother proudly. My dear brother, listen, you made mention of you be half Yoruba, half Biafra because people call it Igbo. Igbo's Asian people. You say you know Igbo very well. That's the people of the old. That's the Biafran people. You are half Biafra, half. But there's something I want to tell you. For the condition of our people, like you say, we want to look for a way to coexist because this world has been a Fulani and Yoruba world coexist. I don't know where you want to coexist. You want to find a way to coexist and all those things. But my dear brother, as the things stand, the lives of our people is in danger in anything to coexist with anything Nigeria. The point here is that I want to point out something to you. One of my brother here was shouting Takia, Takia. Do you know why he was shouting that Takia? Because we are so much informed. This is not a proud. We are so much learned. There is a brother here. His name is Awumbumi. He was in the military, have the chance to collect money from Nigerian government and be the biggest boy one of the biggest boy on the planet. His mother is from Biafra land. When this brother speak, you will know where he stands and you will understand. That is how you should pick a place and forget about coexist. Let me give you an instance. The same one Nigeria is the reason why somebody called Lobby threatening our sister here that he will rotting in jail just because of her. Can you imagine this? My sister is in Nigeria right now. Do you know what will happen to her? They will kill her or kidnap her and rape her front and back. And this is our own daughter. So my brother Stamman was telling you that we need our own sovereignty. We need our own border control, our own sovereignty before you talk about anything that can bring us together with anybody. And my point here is that I want you to go and check Awumbumi speech. Not today, not just now, not just yesterday. For over 3 years, go and listen to that brother. You will see the difference between you and that Awumbumi. He is half Biafran, half Ghanaian. You can never see a Ghanaian hosting a state, hosting a space, castigating one of the most, if you talk about brilliant, sophisticated, smart, well-doing people on the planet Earth, which you call Igbo people. It will not happen. But if you see a Ghanaians messing up with the Biafran people, it's only one condition because they are bearing identity of the zoo. Maybe destroying their business, putting high tax on them, just because of that Nigeria identity. So my point here, I want to point to you that I want you to go and listen to Awumbumi. You will understand that if you want to stand with these people that is rescuing their people from the hand of danger, from the rape, as my brother Christopher said, from the threat from the one brother threatening Tochi on the message. When you see the message, you will see that the hatred. Just imagine. So all these things, if Tochi is in United States of Biafra, this is a queen. This is a princess of our own. That we don't mess with this type of people. So that's the point I want to point out. So please, there is nothing like find a way to coexist. I just want to let you know that choose a path if you have voted good. Very, very important. Thank you.
Yeah. Ugochukwu, I really appreciate what you said. I really, really do appreciate all you said, and I listened to you very well. The truth is this: if you've been fact, if I don't even get to tell you that I am half Yoruba, half Igbo, you won't even know, except I said it. But what I'm saying is, I understand everything that is going on. I believe that the manifestation of Biafra would come to. I'm only saying we have to find intelligent, smarter ways to be able to infuse this, because when we keep showing much of our emotion in the public space, it would be like a dog that just back and not act. I believe in action. I've led a group of people. Yes, I've led.
Proudly, thank you very much. If you have anything to offer, you can even contact any of the officials here. They can
Oh,
bring you closer. Maybe you have anything to contribute or to offer the Biafran people. They
of
are your
course.
people. This is your mom's place. We are fighting to preserve our race, to preserve. If we continue like this, we might not exist tomorrow. And thank you very much, brother. Thank you, Gojuku. Before Starman go on, I'd like to also point out something here because of a comment made by a person on the comment section. If you look at the topic, you try to read the topic first before you got aggravated because simply because you see Yoruba bigot there. Only that one will catch your attention. No, don't read like that. Don't learn like that. He said some, which means some few Yorubas who are bigots are now denying the Biafran genocide. So please listen to it. I know that English is not our language, of course, but read what is written up there before you pick up mic and start insulting people who do not mean you any harm. All right, because if you bring violence, we will give you to you back. If you bring peace, we give it to you back. If we bring love, we will give you the best love that you can ever enjoy on this planet. I swear to you. Thank you very much. So, Starman, are you continuing or we should dash out the mic? Alpha, are you there?
My phone don't start again. Let's continue. Let's move
Okay.
on.
All right. Thank you very much, Alpha. Um,
Someone, please check your message, please.
Starman, do you acknowledge?
Well, that proudly.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Proudly and Starman and Gochuku, for it's been a very heady conversation. But you people must understand that if it is your mother that is being raped, on top of it, your father paid 8 million. After then, the next person was kidnapped in the same neighborhood, and you are hearing it all over the village. You are going to think about what to do. That is the basic truth. So don't blame Biafrans. We are not the one bringing violence. They are the one bringing violence to our homes. They want to starve us. They are chasing our people from the farm. People are not going to farm and the land is in hunger. So you must understand why we are here. Let us move on. Okay, we had Drake. I understand Mazi Drill and Mazi United Zoo. Yeah, sorry, United Nigeria. Please hang in there, stand by. Dre has been having issues, and Mazi Goswell. Mazi Dre, please go ahead. I understand that you've been trying to pick this mic and they are not letting you. Can you still hear us now?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, good.
my
Welcome.
brother University, I want to appreciate you. Starman, I want to really appreciate you. It's not easy being here since yesterday, since last night. It has not been easy. I don't know how you have been doing this. It's not really easy. I want to just appreciate everyone. Appreciate our good work. Let's keep pushing this struggle. I know a lot have been going on here, but I just want to make this clear. Please, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go
Yes,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead, Dre. They wouldn't let him speak. Mazi, Oh, wow. And even somehow, some people were kicked out on this place. I don't know how it happened. Mazi Drake.
This
Okay.
space has been very unstable. My phone don't start
Can,
again. Drake, we can't hear you.
he's down.
Oh.
Drake is down. So, I've,
Please, can you bring one Yoma, Brimstone and Emeritus up? And well, Citizen was before, but the app moved him down.
yeah, Emeritus has been here for quite a long time.
Yeah, he and as well. And
It's not letting me bring him.
University, I think
hi,
our BWOC Maxwell is
Citizen,
here.
Citizen has gone.
University.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw him. It is about his turn after him. United Nigeria. Citizen supposed to speak before United Nigeria, but he has gone down. I
let me
can't.
start him up again.
Yeah. After others have spoken, we'll bring Emeritus on Citizen.
Hey, seriously,
Emeritus, permit me to bring Citizen first because he was on mic.
If there is no space, maybe I can go down. Maybe you bring some people up. If I want, I can request after again.
Okay, I think that would be good. So let's take Mazi Goswill from WOC.
yeah, he's so sorry because I be here as well for time.
Wow,
Mazi,
finally,
Mazi
finally.
Godswill.
Wait, 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 Mazi.
Yeah, so can you hear me? Am I coming out clear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I've been on the queue for quite a long time, and I
Is
think when
Mazi
it
speaking?
was yes, I am.
Yeah, Mazi Goswill is
Oh,
speaking.
okay, I can't hear him. Hey,
Oh my God. Okay, so
The system does.
it seems Starman cannot hear me. So
Yeah,
I've been on the queue, and exactly when it was my turn, when I was called upon the first time, my phone got frozen. The app started malfunctioning. I couldn't pick the mic anymore. But I so much thank God I am still here. I've been listening. And most especially, my hand was raised exactly when I wanted to react to a particular guy from the Yoruba extraction who was here. And sorry, before I proceed, I must recognize my brother, Starman. Thank you for this space. University, my erudite comrade, I salute you. I greet my other comrades from the Biafra Writers of Conscience. Maji David Nana, you're here. I greet our ministers who are here, Otuwa Monya, and others, please. I must stand on the existing protocol. Yeah, the reason I came was because I wanted to outline some things. And to me, I was surprised how we were here. And please, somebody's mic is unmuted, please. Yeah. So somebody said something on that guy, and we let it go just like that. When he was trying to, tell us how we are still in Nigeria, that when he was asked if he was asked to come and fight and defend Nigeria in Biafran territory, if he would come, and I was here listening to him. But there are certain assertions he made that I really, really wanted to correct. He made mention of founding fathers in Nigeria, and that is a very wrong assertion. Please, we do not.
Is his father a British man?
Very good question. Yeah, we do not have anything like founding fathers in Nigeria because as much as we can, we've been able to intercept the 1914 fraudulent amalgamation treaty. And then we know that those who are called founding fathers were all little kids as at 1914. So Nigeria was created without the consent of the indigenous people. And then, the only time they were into the picture was when they started fighting for what they called, what we have today as the flagged independence. That was the only time. And I also want to let us understand the fact that most of these men you call founding fathers today were trained by the same British, most of them schooled abroad in London there. So they were created, they were modified and designed to push ahead the British agenda. So please, to correct that notion, there's nothing like founding fathers. Then secondly, the There's another thing he said. He said the Biafra, we don't even have it now. Biafra does not exist. That Nigeria, he knows Nigeria has been existing as a country. I must put this guy through. I know he's no longer here, but to those of them who are here, those bigots who are here, Biafra has been existing for decades, for thousands of years before ever the British thought of even stepping their foot on this very soil. And that is why we have the territory known as the Bight of Biafra. British Nigeria was founded and created officially 1914, which we all know. That was the amalgamation. And then that was how it started. Our forefathers were more of Biafran than anything called Nigeria. So Nigeria is just yesterday. At least we can pinpoint the date, but we cannot actually even say when Biafra itself was formed. So what we are going back to do is to restore a sovereign state or nation rather that has been in existence, that was subdued by the British when they came. And we all know the reason why they created the zoo called Nigeria was to suppress every other civilization and at the same time to, sideline the indigenous persons whom they are afraid of, because they knew the greatness of this particular nation if it is allowed or if the nation is permitted to rise up. So these are the little facts I wanted to, correct. Then finally, let me not take much of our time. I'm rounding up right now. You see, these guys who come out these days, if you notice, they are now flooding the social media. They are currently launching attacks on Biafrans. And the reason they are doing this is because they know what is at stake. What you are seeing, them do right now is to see if somehow they can retard or probably stop what we are doing, which we know they've already failed. And I must correct this impression, Igbo nation, starting from today, please, all comrades take note. We are fighting for Biafra, not an Igbo nation. Biafra is never an Igbo nation. Biafra is a nation of nations. Those who find themselves within that geographic arrangement of this propaganda that they keep pushing, trying to say, oh, Igbo nation, Igbo nation. I know there was even a time, the IPOB Nigeria was buying into it. The moment they discovered that their leader was kidnapped, they decided to start pushing an Igbo nation. We are not talking of an Igbo nation here, please. So whenever they come with that, distortion of historical facts, we should be able to debunk them. Don't even let them speak. We are Biafrans. Biafrans has various ethnicity in it, not just the Igbo nation, please. So, these are the things I wanted to clarify for now. Subsequently, I'll still be, and then if it is time for me to speak, I'll pick the mic again. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. My host and the co-host, I hear the mic.
Thank you. Thank you, my wonderful colleague. God's will. Thank you so much. But what I wanted to ask Taman is that why is it that if Yorubas they will even put up other people's name to open space to launch an attack, and when people try to do it back to them, they don't like it. So don't they think that it is still hurt other people? Starman, what do you have to say about this?
But before I even answer that, my brain is flying around. So let me try and hold it in my brain first. But before I even answer that, I've asked 2 Nigerians independently in different spaces on this app within the last 2 weeks who created Nigeria. One of them is someone who jumps around spaces, and this guy actually has influence. People listen to him. This guy is an agent of the Nigerian state, but many people don't know. The other one, I can't even remember, just some random guy that was arguing out of his anus. I asked them, who created Nigeria? These 2 guys gave me the same answer. And these are one Nigerians. This is the kind of mentality one Nigerians have. They said, God created Nigeria? Hey, I think one of my guy,
You
I
see
think
level of degradation.
one of, I think it was World's Greatest or the Biafran. I can't even remember. One of us that day asked him, so if God created Nigeria, is Lord Lugard God? Because the evidence we have and we know says that Lord Lugard You see how damaged these people's brains are? God created Nigeria. So literally, that's why they ask anything white man give them, they accept. Because white man has the position of God in their mind. And then to the question you asked, hey, what was it again? Oh,
I said these people they open space attacking Igbo people, even telling
yes.
some loose ends from our side that they are not Igbo.
Okay, you see this?
Why is it that they get very infuriated when they saw their name on the platform?
Okay. Because I'm going to say two things. Remind me in case I forget any. Emotions being easily triggered, and I've already forgotten the first one. And denial of genocide. Let me start with denial of genocide. You see this denial of genocide some of them are doing now. Have you noticed how this is what some Oyibo have always been doing? Anytime I want to talk about slavery or colonial, oh, you guys, just move on. Everybody was doing it, but back then, every society has colonized each other, has slaved. You guys move on. Minimizing what they did to us. You see, people that do these things, they have to minimize and deny it to feel justified within themselves in their own actions. Because can you imagine if Oyibo was to admit to the slave trade, and then we now follow that up with, okay, can you now see the consequences of the slave trade and colonialism? That's why Africa is in the situation it is. They have to own up, but they have to, and their leaders have to program the conscience of the people in subtle ways to deflect owning up. That's why their history will tell them, oh, slavery is as old as mankind. But for people like me that have chased the history of slavery down to the origin, the history of warfare and conquest and genocide down to their origin, the very first genocide, the very first warfare, the very first conquest is a lie. It's not true. It's not human nature. And you see, this thing is very systemic. Oh. They'll first tell you, oh, all humans, I call these things white lies because they're very white. A white lie is a very simple, short phrase or sentence that is designed for your brain to internalize it without thinking too much about it. It's like it's classic white lies. Africans sold Africans. Your ancestors sold each other. Those are or man is destructive. These are classic. Man is destructive suggests that the black man too is as
Africans sold Africans to who?
right. But even man is destructive suggests that the black man is as destructive as the white man, which is not true. Africans sold Africa. Oh God! In fact, maybe when I finish my next submission, you guys should ask me to debunk some of these white lies, even because another eye opener. The way they use English to control narrative. So yeah. So they have to deny the genocide to make themselves feel like, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. And if you notice as well, Oyibo, apart from denying it, if you stand your ground and force them to face that history, just like we're doing to Nigeria now, we're forcing Nigeria to face the history of what they did to us. If you stand your ground and force them, before you even stand your ground, while they are gaslighting you by denying the history, when you react, they'll say, oh, why are you being emotional? Why are you being emotional? You need to watch Black Americans and Oyibo Americans going at this. The Oyibo always use that "why are you being emotional" as a word. And so, as soon as one of them just come up, maybe raise voice, small, or just say something that the Igbo'S consider, oh, you're just is an emotional point of view. Why are you guys so emotional? The same thing Nigerians do to us Igbo'S, always telling us Igbo'S, why are you guys so emotional? Why are you guys so emotional? Meanwhile, they are the ones gaslighting us all the time. They are the ones that caused the reason why I set up this space in the first place. And look how they've been all up in our. I mean, I haven't really followed all the comments, but the ones I've seen is all about, oh, why are you guys doing oversensitive? Why are you guys. See, it's you guys, them throw it at you is part of the gaslighting. The reality is, they are the ones that actually, they are so emotional, they can't even face their own history, that they have to deny it because they can't face the raw emotion of their own conscience. The same thing with Oyibo. Oyibo can't fathom that the privileges they're enjoying today was based on stolen loot from their grandfathers and great grandfathers. So they have to deny it. There's a classic question I always ask Oyibo people, when, especially when I catch them and African Americans, and they're telling African Americans, forget reparations, you guys should just move on. Just, sorry, man, I know time. See, I always ask them, see, imagine in 1920, 1930, your great grandfather or your grandfather had a Rolls Royce, and you actually remember that Rolls Royce because your grandfather every Sunday used to take you on Sunday drive. And then one day they stole that Rolls Royce. And your grandfather even reported it to the police. So police have record of that Rolls Royce being stolen. Yeah, they investigated, but 1920s technology, the forensics wasn't deep enough. They couldn't find it. You now fast forward 80 years, or sorry, maybe 50 years later, you are now a much older man from your boyhood days on going on Sunday drive with your grandfather. You are now a much older man. Your grandfather has passed away. You're flipping through the family albums. You see a picture of your grandfather. It takes you back to old memory lane. You remember your grandfather and you guys driving every Sunday in his Rolls Royce. And your brain clicks. Hold on. That was a Rolls Royce. It must still be around today because Rolls Royces are not like Toyotas. They don't lose value. If anything, they appreciate in value. That's why they're called vintage cars. Hold on. If I hire a private detective and I know my grandfather reported it to the police, if I hire a private detective, I'm sure they will be able to track down this Rolls Royce because 50 years later, I'm sure it's not in a scrap heap somewhere. It's in someone's garage as an antique, as a vintage antique car. So you hire this is me asking Oyibo people this question. So you hire a private detective, and lo and behold, he discovers your grandfather's Rolls Royce, and it just happens to be in my possession. My own grandfather stole your grandfather's Rolls Royce, and just before he died, he handed it over to my father, who handed it over to me, and it's mine now. And you discovering this, I'm actually living well. I mean, I got a Rolls Royce, regardless of how I got it. But you are struggling. You got a Toyota now. What would you do on discovering this Rolls Royce is in my possession? And this is where you now see how disingenuous Oyibo people are. And some of that behavior has been displayed by some of the Yoruba people that came up today. This is how they now start saying, these very same things they tell black people not to do. Eh? One of them told me he will go and raise his guys and they'll come and rob me and take it back. Can you imagine? Another one said he will work harder, earn more money, and then buy off all my business and wealth. I was like, really? Is that how it works? You are really on some American dream cool aid. Another one said he will work hard, raise money, and just to show me that. I was like, really? So you see, you guys, all their answers, if you notice, all the answers I gave, none of it said anything about court, going to court. Remember, the Rolls Royce was even reported. So there's a police case that you can present in court. They don't mention court because they know that's where the African Americans will catch them. And that's where they are. And that's what they're trying to model up for them, so that, because that's where they know they will catch them. Suddenly, they now resort to criminality, raising their own gang to come and rob me, and all sorts of fantastical nonsense that will never work. The same pull yourself up by the bootstrap, they tell us that they will go and work harder and then buy off all my businesses, buy me into ruin. The same people that call you emotional, if you actually, you yourself, just sit back and pay attention to them, you see they're far more emotional and sensitive than you. That's why they have to deny the bad thing, the genocide they're doing to you, or they did to you, or still doing to you, just to make themselves not face their own emotions. And that's the classic trait of a psychopath. Anyway, with that, I land for now. Thank you, guys. Who was the next person?
The next person is well. Thank you very much, Alpha.
I had a question on university.
Yeah.
The next person would be me, if you guys don't mind.
Yes. The next person will be United Nigeria. Please go ahead.
All right. First off, really thank you guys for having this space. If anything at all, I think it's always a beautiful thing to have African people. But in this case,
thank you for your patience also.
That's fine. It's respect for myself. You know, if you really appreciate who you are, understand your culture, these things are what you must do. I think it's a blessing each time when you have Nigerians congregate, regardless of what the issue is. The beauty is that you see the luminous mind of Nigerians come through. So the last speaker, I'm guessing his name is Emeka, he broke it down exactly what applies to not just African Americans, but all African descendants globally. Those who have colonized, those who have genocided on them culturally, have a blueprint. I call it a blueprint, a method of trying to make sure they cage those ones down there, you know, because it is 2024. They don't want to go just kill them off. They just have a method of caging them down. So it's all psychological. You are not allowed to understand who you are culturally and historically, so that those who have basically genocided on your forebears don't have to deal with your nonsense. That's for them. That is how they see it. A bit of that is seen and observed in the behavior of those who mistreat those from the Biafran side in Nigeria. What I'm trying to say is, I think the same gentleman who spoke last mentioned something about epigenealogy. Am I wrong? Is it the same gentleman who was
epigenetic trauma?
Yes, epigenetic. Epigenetic. It's transfer of trauma from transgenerational transfer of trauma. So the vestiges would be those who survive it, or the children of those killed would be the vestiges of a Holocaust, a genocide. It transfers genetically. I was so impressed when he mentioned that, because very few of our people are aware that damages transfer generationally, right? For those of us who have had the blessing to be outside, it is our It's our responsibility. It's not whether we need a standing ovation to do what we must do. It's our responsibility to come back home, whichever way we can, to enlighten the people more. Because when you succeed in doing that, a gentleman here was talking about mass in trying to open up the mind of Biafrans to something they're not entirely aware of. They used to be aware of it. The interface with the horror, I call it the Holocaust, that interface cost us Biafrans, not just physically, but more so spiritually and psychologically. So we have lost a lot in terms of ancient files of who we are. For you to be able to control a people and really cage them down, especially a people who you know have the capability of really just moving you away and surpassing you on all spheres. The thing you do, and usually, and he was right, you have to have a psychopathic tendency, a sadistic nature. This is born bad, you know, those people exist. They exist in different tribes. They exist in my family. Growing up, I had family members who just don't give a damn about anything. You know, sometimes I stand up and look at them, nah, they say, Mama, bomb me and this one, you know. Those kind of things are natural. there's something I'm trying to point out now because it's a very dicey situation. It is an option to break away from Nigeria, from the Biafran nation. That is an option. Nobody is pushing back on that. That is a natural reaction as well for the tribes from this region, because if you understand culture, culture is a trait. Over thousands of years, it infuses among the people so that anywhere they are, even without them open.
Culture.
Sorry?
Sorry. Culture, practiced long enough, becomes epigenetically transferred as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Sometimes,
That's
yeah,
correct.
yeah. No, you're very correct. But in this case, a people who have faced some sort of genocide, it's like an imprint. The very horror of what they've gone through sort of wires into the genes. And each time, new generations come, it sort of permeates, it goes through without them even knowing. So when it begins to unbuild or unpack or basically get broken off, is when a new set of understanding begins to creep in. When it eventually gets washed off completely is when you have critical mass of those group of people who now understand things on a higher level. I believe that one of the greatest assets that Africa has is the existence of Nigeria. Please, you guys just let me land, okay? Is the existence of Nigeria. You have over 3,000 tribes. The three largest on the continent somehow find themselves in one nation. Of course, you can interpret it in so many ways. Oh, it is such a terrible thing. They have different cultures. They should
A well arranged something.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's not an accident. It wasn't an act of God. But if you are really fused into ancient African spirituality, you will understand that some things are meant to happen. If you have that higher knowledge, then you are not going to overly react. Hello? Hello? Are you good?
No, go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry, yeah. So
You have 1 minute 10 seconds.
okay, good. All right. I wish I had more. But my point is, first off, if you come from the Biafran side, obviously the victim, the vestige of a Holocaust, do not bring up the discussion of the genocide and put it on the table for those who use it as a weapon to slash you psychologically. What I'm saying is, don't allow discussions of that with those are psychopaths. It's very easy. The other gentleman was really putting down a lot of points. The gentleman with the mixed heritage, Yoruba and Igbo, very beautiful points he was saying. If you are outside Nigeria, you would really appreciate where he was coming from. Critical mass. The blessing of Nigeria is that there are certain tribes who are innately, that's not even the right word. Certain tribes, the way their culture is formed, because some things you don't have dominion of. You don't have control of some things. Well, you're born into certain cultures, those you can't choose. But when you're spiritually enlightened, I'm talking African spirituality, not the one borrowed or the one forced on us. If you understand African spirituality, you will not really go the whole hog in trying to push forth your tribal ID card. You will push forth your African ID card, because a people are respected when they are strong as a group. The problem with Nigeria is that in the southern part of Nigeria, the two largest tribes politically just do not or haven't had the opportunity to merge and be able to stand as a force. The minority groups begin to feel, they sort of end up as casualties, like what happened in the Yoruba land. The army comes in and level that place. Who is the army? We know the army is sort of corrupt. How did we get here? It is believed that in 2015, when the Ijoman was the head, treasonous act was committed against him. When you have Southwest politicians banding with those they were not supposed to band with. The young man, proudly, I think his name is, he really made mention of a very strong point. The issue is, after the Holocaust or the genocide, the vast majority of Nigerians did not think it was important to get into politics. Those with the deviant mindset, very few of them jumped in, and they've been controlling since. So they control the narrative, they control the media, they control everything. That is why you tend to assume that there is a problem between the Yorubas and the Igbos. The cultures are different. There's not a problem entirely, but there are a few groups who create a narrative and you run forth with it. So this one now, where you hear a few groups trying to deny the genocide, it is still part of that clique. It is still part, it should never be a discussion, but if you understand what has happened to us, it is expected. So there are mature way of dealing with this. A new set of information transferred to a large group of people, we won't have the problem we have. Currently in Nigeria, those in control tend to be few political guys, largely from the Southwest and some from the North, who you don't even know their identities. There is no counter force. If you had a power block, say from the Middle Belt and the Eastern region, that would be a counter
Thank
force.
you.
Yeah. But I hope I've made
Thank
sense.
you.
And thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm not counting
Thank you
anybody.
very
What
much.
you Paul said is completely right. But I hope I've made sense.
Thank you so much, United, for that your submission. Proudly, please wait. Um, thank you so much. There are things you said, and people would like to respond. Socrates, you have only 1 minute to respond to United.
Okay, yeah. So the beauty of Nigeria he's talking about is like the Europeans don't know about that beauty, that they established their own nations on ethnicity. I posted something on ethnicity here, which says that another word for ethnicity is nations. I also posted the difference between nation and tribe is very, very clear. Biafra is a nation. Nigeria has basically 3 nations in it. So all the question of 250 million or whatever tribes, and all that is rubbish. We have a nation which is Biafra, and it has tribes. We have discussed that. They not have their own, which was there before. We had the Arewa, and they did see how they said the Yoruba nation. So there is no complexity in it. So that beauty of Nigeria, our man is talking about, which his friend is clapping about, the Europeans do not have it. And he forgets the simple fact that we have here 3 very radically different civilizations in one. So, and the question of coming to a battle and try to go political and all that, he wants us to keep staying in a scramble rather than channeling direct courses for our respective selves, where we can make progress. That is all rubbish. Let me tell you something. I wanted to.
Thank you.
Okay, so all
Just
this
finish that
the
thought. And
theoretical treatment of life issues does not work. We cannot be going theory when we are talking about real life things, please. So, but I have not spoken. I've only been coming in to say something. But if you can give me opportunity later, there are so many things I've noticed I'd like to talk.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
you will come, Socrates. I know that you've been there for quite a long time. You will come in to make mission, but I commend your response to United. United, you don't have to respond,
I
sir.
can.
Thank
I
you.
really want to. If you would
Yeah.
allow me, I really appreciate it.
No, because of too many hands and people that
I
are
will be
requesting.
less than 30 seconds.
You will come back later, sir. So the thing is, if what is a nation? Like Socrates said, a nation is a group of people that have the same ancestry and have the same culture and way of life. We were collapsed. In short, when we were invaded, we were taken more than 100 years backward. You know, we were taken inside the ancient age, taken back to the ancient time. And the people who did that fight this kind of struggle. That was why they were able to study very carefully these 3 giant ethnicity that exist in the Gulf and the West Africa, to pull them together as a weapon against the land. Because if you collapse, imagine if you take Germany, you take France, you take Netherlands, you team them up together and say that they are one nation without consulting them, without asking them, without any vote, without any referendum, without any consultation, without any proper planning. You find out that these people do not have enough knowledge about how human civilization and system works. They were only capitalizing on what they already have and what they had to take. What is important was what they had to take. And they created this trouble that we are fighting against today. Biafrans are fighting against corruption.
We are fighting against killing. We are fighting against terrorism. We want to end it all. This is why separation from Nigeria is a cause that must be achieved. And
You
we require unity from Stam and Alpha.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, finish. I wanted when you finish.
Okay. So we cannot afford to continue to risk the future of our unborn generation and the suffering of the present day. That is something that we cannot afford. And that is something that absolutely Nigeria have to understand and come to terms with the agreement of the Biafran government and let everybody have peace. And we'll start working. Our people need a job. And there are a lot of things to do. Even Biafra come, there are too many things to do. So let us do what is proper. And of course, Biafra have existed. You can go to the map, go to the ancient world map. You will see Biafra there. So if he existed that time, who were they, and why was he destroyed, and why are they against Biafra? So these are questions people have not been able to answer, and we are moving forward for our freedom to preserve ourselves and our race. Because if the killing continue like this, we don't have more people left. Um, Thank you very much, Socrates, for your response, and of course, United for your input. We will now have to take. Let's
Wait,
take Nwanyama. There's a lady in our midst.
yeah.
Everybody stand by. Ibabuchi, stand by. Proudly stand by. Um,
Uni-
um,
Can you
uh,
hear?
Nwanyama, stand by. Yes, go ahead, Alpha.
Um, I know so many people haven't spoken. I'm I'm going to give the lady the courtesy. She'll go before me, but I really want to engage United. Why? Because from United's profile, I can see he's some sort of youth organizer, and he sounds like he sounds, like one of the beneficiaries of the meager, half decent education from the zoo. Like very few of us are. So he doesn't sound like a stupid person. He sounds intelligent. So I want to address him, and I mean, I want him to understand, because I think maybe he doesn't really understand the fundamentals of why we want not just Biafra, but a reorganization of the model of statehood in Africa. So I would like to engage him, but Wanyama, you can go because you've been here for a while.
Wanyama, please, you have to take 3 minutes and maintain that 3 minutes. Ensure that all your submission round up in that 3 minutes, okay? So we give mic back to Alpha before Kama comes in. Please go ahead, my sister.
Thank you very much, my brothers. Thank you, everybody. See, the thing that
I cannot hear Wanyama.
I want,
Wanyama, can you come closer to your eyes? Because
I'm very close to it. Hello? Hello?
yeah, we can hear you, but slightly.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, anyways.
So I'm saying that the Yorubas, some of them that you see them online talking anyhow, are the Yorubas that don't know and
Are you using headphones? Are you using headphones?
no, I'm not.
Yeah, we can hear you, but slightly. Go ahead.
Okay, I said the Yorubas that you see them coming online to talk nonsense are the Yorubas that don't know anything. Some of them are being paid to come online to do that thing you see that they are doing. There is something that is wrong with those people. I'm sorry to say it. Some of them. The thing that is wrong with them is they believe in what they can eat now. An average Yoruba man doesn't have a long-term planning. All they want is what they will eat now. If you give a Yoruba man anything he will eat now, send him to go and thief, he will go. There is nothing that they can do every time I used to thank God that we have risen this time around to tell our stories by ourselves. If what happened to Biafrans 1967 to 1970 happened to the Yoruba nation, I don't know, I am not sure they will come out of it forever. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that. Tinubu entered, not up to 6 months, the Yorubas came out in the streets yelling curses upon him, and they will come out and tell us they respect their. It is a lie. They don't respect any elder. The hypocrisy of an average Yoruba man is what is keeping that Nigeria up to today. If they had half balls in between their legs, as Biafrans do, that country would have been gone for long. So the Tinubu you see them that they brought out is to put Yorubas into Nigeria so that they will not talk. And the Tinubu is not doing anything there for anybody. They will not tell our stories. No matter what they do, let they deny the genocide for all I care. The international world that knew what happened, they know. So their own is nothing. But anybody that is denying the genocide of 1967 to 1970, the person is an idiot. I'm sorry to use that word, but that is what the person is, because everything is out there. Even if they don't teach you history in school, you're supposed to research and find out. This thing we are crying, Biafrans are crying, and we are not looking back. If it happens to the Yorubas, they will not get out of it. So my fellow people, don't ever listen to any Yoruba. We are moving forward. We are moving forward. Their hypocrisy will catch up with them. Thank you very much.
Madam, you said nobody can tell your story, but you are telling unfounded stories about the Yorubas. Really?
You said what?
You said nobody can tell your stories, but you are telling unfounded stories about the Yorubas.
Nobody.
Nobody is telling
She has
unfounded
just
stories
alleged some
about
things that are
Excuse
not
Yorubas.
me,
true now.
excuse
Wait,
me,
wait,
excuse
mute your
me,
mic,
excuse me,
Emeritus. You
excuse
have
me.
spoken before
See,
and you have said a lot of things. Wait, Wanyama, wait. Nobody is telling
But
unfounded
they
story
are all
about
propagandas.
Yorubas.
They are not true. Something you
They are
cannot
not
prove.
propaganda. If you come out there and start telling our story derogatorily, start
We
laying aspersion,
Yorubas don't do that. We don't do that.
start putting hands in a region that does not concern you and telling them who they
But
are
that's
my
what you've
and who
done.
they
brother,
are not.
That's
Then
what
you
you've
are
done
telling.
over the years.
I have seen many
That's what
Yorubas
you've
tell
done
me
over the years.
that I'm not Igbo. I have seen many Yorubas tell me that I'm not Igbo. That how can somebody from Delta be Igbo? And that is telling somebody his story. Who the hell do you think you
my
She's
are
brother
telling an
to
university.
unfounded
tell me
story.
that I am not who
And
I
for your
am? That
information, you
I
said if
you are not
Yoruba
in
had actually
position
gone
you are
through
not
that,
in position to
did you
make
know
that
the
decision.
longest
You
civil war in
people are
Africa
living
was in Yoruba
you
land?
people are living a
Are you
life
aware
like
of that,
so
madam?
Nigeria is even
My
running.
brother university.
Mute your mic. Wait, Wanyoma. Nigeria is even running the system as if it's not going to survive more than tomorrow. You understand? You see them buying weapon, bringing it into as if they want to destroy the land. And this is a claim. Every time he's claiming government, but he's buying weapon, bringing it into the land to kill the indigenous people. Meanwhile, there are foreign terrorists that is ravaging everywhere. He's not doing anything about it. And you are coming out to tell people in my region who they are and who they. Why are you targeting the identity of Igbo people?
Let me
Why
tell
are
you the
you
truth.
telling my people who they
No
are?
Yoruba is interested in
That
this
is
in the
not.
South South
I know
interest.
Yoruba.
We do not have any interest in.
They be my
My
friends.
brother
I day in
university.
their
I
midst
have a
every
question
day.
for him. I have a
You
question
know.
for him, please. I'm
So
sorry. I have a quick question for him.
except if you are one of those few bigots that
You all have been seeing a lot of things
the
that are not
subject of the
founded.
day is talking about.
Unfounded
I
stories here.
have a question for him, please.
What do you mean by unfounded story? I found it.
They're not true.
If I'm saying
They are
it,
just
then it
mere
is founded.
propagandas.
They are not mere
My brother
propaganda. If they are
invested.
Guys,
I
propaganda,
have a
then
guys,
question
it's
for
true.
him.
It's what happened. If you come out again to start telling my people that they are not Igbo, then we will tell
Nobody
you
tells
who we
that to
are,
you.
and
Nobody tells that to you.
we will tell
guys,
you your own story, because you had a dirty story
No,
in your
nobody
pocket,
tells that to
and
you.
you come out laying aspersion on people who does not concern you. You open spaces
My bro-
talking about Igbo
See,
people, making all manner of
let
narrative that
Emery-
let,
never
let me let me
exists,
my
let me tell
brother,
you
and
I want
something.
to answer his question.
you are doing like, okay, everything work out for me. I don't know about you. You can do whatever you want,
My brother,
and
I
then you
want
come
to
out in
answer
the
his
next place.
question. I want to answer his question, please.
sorry.
The person that is talking,
Can you guys hear me?
I don't want to.
Yeah, we can hear you, Alpha.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Emeritus, look, if you don't want to see this kind of room in the future, next time you see your people, because we don't have time to be opening this kind of room. No, if you know what we're doing and where we are, we really don't have time. But this room had to be open because you cannot come and deny a genocide just like that. And especially for someone like me who sees how it's weaponized throughout history, I will not stand for it. No.
I have a question
So
for
if you
him.
don't want to see this kind of rooms, next time you see your own people doing a room that can instigate this kind of room, you go there before we come there and discover
Would
it.
you would
Go
you
there
would
first.
you
Tell them.
agree with me that whatever that you're seeing out there now is just retaliation of what has been going on for years? You guys have gaslighted us for years, but we have been docile. We just because we used to be liberals, but now
I have a
Nobody is
question for
gaslighting
that's
Starman,
you.
what you've
please.
done.
You are the one opening door for
Starman,
terrorists.
Okay,
Terrorists are coming into our land to kill people.
we don't
Wait,
even
hold
share
on.
And
borders
when
with you.
these
Wait,
So
terrorists
how did
met
we
with
open border for them to
resistance,
come to you?
you
We don't
bring
even
in
share
soldiers
borders
and
with
kill
you.
people in our land.
I have a question
Stop
for
killing
We
my
don't
Starman.
even
people.
share
genocide
borders
is
with you. So
Stop
how
gaslighting.
killing
have
my
we
people, and
told them?
stop opening spaces. If you
Genocide
open
is
spaces, remove
gaslighting.
Igbo names there. Stop
Ge-
talking about Igbo
Geno-
people.
Genocide
You
is
don't like
gaslighting.
us, and you don't want
But you
us.
don't.
You are calling
This
us
you're saying
Nigeria.
means you don't like
Don't
what
do
you
that.
are. That's what you've done over the years.
What you are spending time
That's what
here
you've done
to
over the
say,
years.
you can take this time to the government of the
You've
zoo
actually
and use it
gaslighted
to
us
talk to
enough,
them.
and
You
people are
can go to such
retaliating,
spaces
but you
and
can't
talk
take
to your
the
people.
Starman,
Wait,
What you people are
nobody
doing
guys,
will
is
trigger a lot of
gaslighting the
things.
guys.
Yorubas.
So please,
Wait. Genocide
You
versus
all have called us
gaslighting.
all sorts of
This,
unthinkable
Nobody is
names here.
see,
gaslighting the
Saying it.
Yorubas.
this is another classic sign of Oyibo behavior when they are denying and running away from slavery and
Nobody
colonialism.
see. It's not about maybe
It's
some
called
people are
Nobody
plausible
denying
is
it as
deniability.
genocide
gaslighting you,
authentic.
Starman.
I'll tell you.
Nobody is
Wait, before I lose
gaslighting
my train
you.
of
The
thought,
word
because my brain
Yoruba,
is almost fried now.
the word
I'll t-
Yoruba.
oh, and I think
Yes,
I've.
Starman,
Yeah. So
The word
first of
Yoruba.
all,
What happens in the word Yoruba?
wait. So first of all, they will. Okay. Secondly, they'll threaten you. But what you just did now, emeritus, is what did he say again? Oh, hey God, what did he say
he
again?
said that we've gaslighted them for many
Are
years.
you
Uh-huh.
done with my own
Uh-huh.
submission? I have to go.
Hey, there was something I was gonna say.
Starman, can I come in
Yeah,
now?
Uh-huh.
Can I
Starman,
come in?
Yes.
Can I come in?
Let me talk.
Genocide
When you're
versus
my weight, please.
gaslighting. So when you're trying to tell people about the genocide they did on you, they'll be talking about how, oh, most black people commit crimes, you guys are killing us today, this one, that one, and that the thing we're even saying is racist, like we're hurting their emotions. Yeah, and I'm like, wait, hold on. Oh, I'm just hurting your emotions and you're crying. How do you think I feel about a genocide? Genocide versus emotions versus hurting versus gaslighting. I'm just okay. Say I'm even gaslighting. I'm just gaslighting you, and you're crying. How about me, that you did genocide on? Genocide versus gaslighting. Which one pain pass? And this is a classic thing of what they do. But the another thing Oyibo do is the ones that now get triggered. They'll now start telling you, you guys don't know what. In fact, again, the Nigerian ones too do it. You guys don't know what you're doing. You guys are threatening race war. You guys are trying to incite race war. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Why would I? You have the nukes and all the guns and tanks. I'm just asking for justice. How am I asking for a war? You're just saying this. because you want to give yourself, just like psychopaths behave, you want to give yourself the excuse to say, okay, we wipe them out because they incited the race war. And this is even ordinary, everyday Oyibo. This is how they've been socialized. And this same narrative you hear in Nigeria. You guys are inciting war. You guys are inciting war. Or like several of us, like even think and university, I broke it down. And no, and think university and who was the other guy that talked about how they always try and bait us with the threat of genocide, keeping the genocide fresh in our mind. And even justice, there's the way justice put it, how especially those of us that start crying over sit at home, they've actually used that hunger from the starvation of the genocide itself to traumatize many of us, that as if you die just because you sat at home for one day, like as if you die. Yeah, it's all psychological programming, you know. So yeah,
Please ask
yeah,
something for Emeritus, please.
just did it again. He just literally did it. You see, it's good for the people to show themselves. He's all up in his feelings that we put. He didn't read the full sentence. Some Yoruba bigots. He's just triggered about seeing Yoruba there. But he's forgotten the other part of the sentence that contains Biafran genocide, and his priority is tackling why is Yoruba the issue. But he doesn't really want to talk about the Biafran genocide. This is all part of the anatomy of genocide. 10 stages. In fact, let me even pull it up. And I'll let the next person go so that we'll know exactly what it is. The 10 stages of genocide. One sec, please. Hey, where is it though? This is my computer where everything just full everywhere. Yeah, oh no, is it? Wait, sorry guys.
Take your time, Alpha. Don't
Yeah,
be
Okay,
like
why you are doing
just
that?
fed-
University, can you ask them, such people, how do you feel when you hear Biafra, when you hear Ojuku, as a Yoruba boy like that kid now? Ask him, how does he feel in his mind? Does it sound good to him, or does it sound as something awful to him, or something that whenever he hears it, he hisses? Then, if he has that feeling, how did that feeling come about? If it wasn't the kind of gaslighting his people did from 1967 to date, that they made Ojukwu a demon, they demonized him, they demonized Biafra, they stigmatized
Socrates.
Biafra, that everybody runs away from him.
Socrates.
So just ask him, how does he feel? Was it not the gaslighting? He's not talking about something that you just
Socrates.
did today. He said gaslighting over the years. Meanwhile, this gaslighting from there has happened since from
Socrates.
the time of Adam and Eve.
Socrates.
Yes.
See, you know how he feels. I know, I can imagine how he can feel. It's just like maybe somebody whose daughter is raped is telling a person who did not have the experience. The feeling is different. The man who have the experience is dying inside, but the man he's telling is just okay. This is bad, but you know. But when enmity and hatred is already there, this person, the feeling of this person doesn't really exist. It doesn't matter. He's not in that shoe. He doesn't feel the way you feel. You understand? They will go to bed, they even sleep very well, like nothing happened. You know, it is a barbarian world. And the
Yep.
people who have this kind of minds, they don't, it's a kind of, I don't care where, yeah, you know, when your mind just stated it the way it is. So
When
many
you lack
people doesn't plan doesn't have long-term plan. They just want to exist for the moment.
when you lack empathy, the lack of empathy is the beginning of psychopathy. Now, the 10 stages of genocide. Stage 1, classification. The people are divided into us versus them. Us versus them. Number 2, symbolization. The people are forced to identify themselves. Number 3, discrimination. The people begin to face systematic discrimination. And we can see examples of all these stages through Nigerian history, from Sadana's statement against the Igbo working in the north, all that. Number 4, dehumanization. The people are equated with animals, vermin, or disease. Number 5, and you see how today they still call us Kwashoko children. Hey, Nazu, we have to break away from this zoo. No be there anything. Number 5, organization. The government special groups could be police or military to enforce the policies. Number 6, polarization. The government broadcasts propaganda. Terrorists. The government and the government broadcasts propaganda to turn the populace against the group. Preparation. Official action to relocate people, all the IDP camps and Operation Python dance and Fulani herdsmen encroaching on farmland. Number 8, persecution, beginning of the murders, theft of property, trial massacres. Number 9, extermination, wholesale elimination of the group. It is extermination and not murder because the people are not considered human. So this even, hey, nah, man, hey, Jesus Christ. Number 10, the final stage, denial. The government that perpetrated the genocide denies that it committed any crime at all against the victims to justify their own actions. The 10 stages of genocide. So, and like I said, if you look through what we're going through in Nigeria, you can see several examples for each of the stages, even several. Anyway, let's go back to the hands. Thanks for allowing me to interject. But yeah, United, I'm happy you're still here. I still want to engage you. But let's do 1 or 2 more hands and then I'll engage you.
I'm still
Who was the
talking.
next person?
Is a comma now. Is a comma.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
can
guys
hear
hear
you.
me?
Sorry, Alpha.
The lady is still
The
talking.
lady was still talking.
Could you let her finish?
She have 59 seconds left. Okay, thank you, Alpha. Wanyama, please go ahead.
Okay. What I want to say is that I did not say what I don't know about the Yoruba people. Even the name Yoruba was given them by Fulani people because of their what? Hypocrisy. Yoruba is not their name. It's because a Fulani man entered and saw how crooked they were. So anything we say about the Yoruba people, that is how they are. Their hypocrisy is what is driving us to where we are going now. So anytime we say something about them, no Yoruba person should get annoyed because that is who they are. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Wanyama. So some Yoruba bigots are denying the Biafran genocide committed
Yes,
by
Starman, can
Biafran
you hear me?
government. Yeah, Brimstone, can you hear me? Brian, can you hear me? Brimstone, can you hear me? Okay. Brimstone cannot hear me. Brimstone, I don't know if I'm being heard. Wanyama, can you hear me, please? Good. So, Kama, it was going to be was it you or?
I could hear Brimstone.
Okay, but yeah.
It's my turn
Yeah,
now.
Starman, can you hear me?
Brimstone, are you there?
Yeah. Can I
Starman, you
speak?
want him to go
No,
ahead or we
it's a
take the
comma
next
now.
person?
Comma.
Oh,
It's
was
a,
he the next
No.
on the queue?
it's a comma.
No,
Comma
I
is the
wasn't the
next.
next on the queue, but let me
Okay,
just tell you
let
something.
him.
Echo.
Truth says you
Can you
check
guys
your
hear
And then we
me?
DMs.
still have Ibe Abuchi and Arisa
Starman, they
Chi.
said you should check your.
Starman, check your DMs. Check your DM. Truth
Okay.
says you check your DM.
Yeah. So while Starman is checking his DM, let us take a Kama have just left. Kama, it was your turn. Unfortunately, today has been a very busy day. Please try to come back again. Okay, Kama is here. So, Kama, please just enjoy your 3 minutes before we take Eriza, and then we'll come back to Kratos. Please stand by. Your network is stronger than these people's network. Please, I understand that you've been there. Kama is real, my brother. You are welcome to the space, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. Can you hear me very well now?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Before I go ahead, I just want to remind people that this space has been on for more than 18 hours, non-stop, and is something to recognize, because we are not here just to joke, and the people that come here, they come here mean business. I appreciate everyone that is here, and I thank you all for the answer that you guys have been giving to people that care to listen. The topic is very clear. We said some Yoruba. We didn't say Yoruba. It's not every Yoruba. It's talking about some of them, some of Yoruba bigots. Even though there are many of them, but people should not be angry if you're here and you're hearing something like that, because there are different wars being perpetrated in Nigeria at the moment. There are war of gun. There are also cyber war going on, media war, and a lot of people don't understand this. There are also propaganda, out there. And guess what? The Fulanis, they don't know how to fight media war. And guess the people they are using? The Yorubas. They are using the Yoruba media, the Yoruba news, the Yoruba television. And currently, they are also buying some people that are on social media to also join the fight. And that is where a lot of people are coming in on the space, and you see them trying to twist something that is real. Somebody's voice is coming out. Starman, can you check it outside, please? Starman.
Alpha.
Starman, there is a voice coming out from your side, Starman.
Alpha, can you mute? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Go
Thank you
ahead.
so much.
You have 1 minute 59 seconds.
Okay. So that is why a lot of Yorubas are coming up trying to twist something they cannot. And a lot of people are buying the idea, thinking that they are defending Nigeria. They don't know that they are fighting actually war. And they expect us to keep quiet. And I listened to our brother, the United, and I can see, because of how deep-rooted in Nigeria activities, which he titled African United or whatever, he's not proud to talk about Biafra. But I tell you, the stage we are at the moment, we don't really care. People coming up trying to defend, uh, other tribe or defend themselves or what they believe. We don't care. We are in a very serious situation that we don't really look back anymore. And the only thing is that if you find yourself in such a place like this, just bear in mind that a lot of people are angry, a lot of people are not happy, a lot of people are, in a situation where they cannot tell you, but they can only voice out what is inside of them. You might not know our faces, but obviously there is a lot of things going on. In Bible, it's called perilous time. It's actually injury time. And we cannot spare anybody. It doesn't matter. After the war, we can now discuss on how to coexist or have a kind of bilateral relationship. But at the moment, it's not possible. We are fighting to secure ourselves, our sovereignty. So it's not like we're a group, an organization trying to beg Nigeria. That stage has gone. Or trying to solicit for our freedom. No, that stage has gone. We are in a serious war. So bear with us. If you don't understand what is going on, bear with us until after this stage. Then you know that we don't hate anybody. But if you want to stay with us, there is something about us, Ebebiri Ugobiri. If you want us to, have anything to do with anybody, then we will discuss it. But at the moment, there is no table to discuss. The middle table has been broken. We have to, fight our way to what we believe before we can have anything to do, anything discussion with any people. So don't think that we hate Yorubas or we hate the Hausas or any other. No, we are fighting because all of them are fighting for Nigeria. Yorubas are fighting for Nigeria. The Hausas are fighting for Nigeria. The Middle Belt are fighting for Nigeria. So anybody coming in the Nigeria, we will fight until we get what we want. Thank you. Let me stop here.
Thank you very
Hey,
much.
Starman, can I say something, please?
Okay. Is that Brian? Brimstone? Is that you? Brimstone?
No, this is Proudly. So,
Proudly,
yes.
can you please hold on?
I,
Yes.
I think
Proudly has spoken
proudly
many
was
times.
before and he didn't finish.
He didn't finish. I thought he submit. No,
Yeah.
he submitted and gave up mic.
No, I didn't submit. I mean, there was a lot of rowdy, but I can allow someone else to speak. Then I can speak. They are not in a hurry.
Okay,
Okay.
just stand by. Okay,
Uh,
thank you for your patience.
yeah.
Yeah, Someone, can we
Thanks.
move on?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So thank you very
But
much.
if nobody's speaking now, I can just make my session.
No,
If
many
nobody's
has
speaking,
Olanire have not gotten opportunity. He have been on and off. A lot of people have been on and off. So even Emeritus is also down. So Emeritus wasn't finished with his submission. So let us go to, before we go to before we go to Iba Abuchi. Starman, can you talk to Brimstone if he can hear you?
Brimstone, can you hear us? Thumbs up or down? Brimstone.
Yes.
My phone is
Yes.
freezing again. It's doing that
Can you
thing where
hear
I
me?
can't see who is even
Can you hear him
unmuted.
now?
Starman,
No, I can't.
can you hear me?
Oh, can you
I
guys
can
hear
hear
him?
him, but I don't know if he can hear me. He
Ah,
can't hear me,
wow.
but he can hear you.
Okay. From my computer, I can hear him.
Okay, can you tell him to go ahead for 3 minutes?
Okay, yeah. Brimstone, go ahead. Brimstone, go ahead.
I just came up to say that you guys should leave the what's his name? And I've even forgotten his name, sir. The one with and I've forgotten what his name, but that guy just sounded like a kid. You people should not pay that boy attention, Joe. He doesn't know anything. I was even getting triggered by the way he was Just wish I could remember his name, but that boy that is getting triggered and that we are saying in Yoruba this
Emeritus,
thing.
emeritus,
But that
emeritus.
guy is clearly sounds like a child. I don't even know how old he is, I beg. But he might even be 30, say. But one thing I've noticed with them bigots, they sound childish, you understand, which clearly shows that they lack experience, or they've not really seen the hard parts of life, or they don't really know how life is all about. So that boy clearly has nothing to say. Just don't even bother again, sir. Because I said the way you guys were going back and forth with him, I was like, who is this baby? Kwana? What are we? Why are we stressing ourselves on this baby? But yeah, I know. Yeah, we are who we are. We always try to be patient with people, but that boy clearly doesn't matter. Just, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Starman. Okay.
So
Yeah.
can I speak
Is
now?
that
Sorry.
Ola? Ola,
Yes,
Ola, yes,
yes.
Ola. Sorry, they have been turning you around since. You can enjoy 3 minutes now before we go to Ibabuchi. And
Okay. Thank you for giving me the mic. I greet everybody. Good evening from here. Well, I greet the host. I greet everybody. My ear don't full about Yoruba. Then they talk bad about Igbo. The thing wey dey there be say for Yoruba land here, the time wey we start our own agitation, say we want to comot from this terrorist British company, you see, all these people wey dem come dey disturb una now, all of them, we dey do rally for the villages up and down. Nobody disturb, everybody dey join. So we don gain a lot of people. We say many people they say they don't want Nigeria again. They want our own Oduduwa nation separate. So as you reach time wey we say we wan come Lagos, make we come do rally there. Now all this wey dey disturb una, all of them stand up say if Yoruba go dey, if Yoruba go collect their own dey on their own country, say Lagos state go dey on their own separate. So with that time we say Lagos na part of Yoruba, so therefore we must come to Lagos, come do rally there. So then they no gree sha. So until we come there by force, as we come there by force, they come to that rally, then kill many people and they pursue many people. Everybody run away. So all these people don't they follow Biafran, they drag. But I don't want to talk too much. I get a lot of history with the man, with a lot of all this history, how everything take happen. Even though the British before they come to our land there, all this history they. But I just try to make I just get patience so that make things just dey settle first. So if things dey settle, then if we can put those history out, then anything will go happen by that time go happen, because everybody go don't know their position by that time. So the thing wey dey be say now we don't even know who be who now again. We be say even person, you get one person wey work for my motor last. This guy, I don't even know say the guy na Fulani person. So until they can't tell me say that guy na Fulani, because this guy they speak Yoruba, they speak Yoruba Oyo na they speak. So they speak Yoruba language very well. So now the thing we can do now be say only way Biafrans fit take know their enemy now. Because even though Igbo people dey be say dem still dey against Biafra, Yoruba dey against Biafra, Fulani people say then that their own worst pass. So only thing we dey fit take note be say if any one of Yoruba, maybe Yoruba person now come to Biafran space, come dey like argue. The question wey Biafran supposed to first ask am be say, shey you dey with Nigeria or you want make Oduduwa nation make dem dey their own, make them get their own nation from make they get their own country from Nigeria. So if this person say in with Nigeria, then Biafran go don't know say this one no be that is their enemy, because now Nigeria be the enemy of the indigenous people of this land, and British people now then they sponsor Nigeria because they believe say Nigeria na their own property. So and the just small the thing I just want to talk. Make Biafra know their enemy. Igbo people self they talk about they talk against Biafra. Yoruba people self they talk against Biafra, and even though the other region too. So I just want to I just put on the table so that these people they attack Biafra now. you get one time where they open space, then say the open space about they say Lagos no belong to Biafra, to Igbo people. Say Igbo people won't collect they won't collect Lagos state. Then later they still open another space. They open Anioma space. We then go hire one two guys like one the other one open. I post I write tweet about them. I did for my tweet there where I boss them. So before they come open another space now, where they come say Biafran war history truly explain how they take write that thing. So what they think? So they just play different propaganda now. All these Lagos people, because even me as I did like this, me I no go want make Lagos there among Yoruba land when the time come, because now where this British follow enter everywhere. Although they come from north too, because these British how then they take the operate say anybody where they conquer, they go use those people conquer the rest. And no be every time they use, no be everything. Now they use gun, they use weapon. They use religion, they use gun, they use propaganda, they use lies, use different kind of thing. We say they go use and conquer people. So now all this is the place. So Biafra need to watch out for all this so that you go know your real enemy, who your real enemy is. So no be everybody, no be all Yoruba. If you go Ishi village now only Lagos. Now you say you won't die with Nigeria. If you go other states like Ogun State, like Ibadan or all this place, if you go ask them, all of them, everybody will say they don't want you, they don't want Nigeria. So now and all those people they need there, so they no be rich people, they no get money to buy big phone. Be say they will come on space. Now all these people will be saying be Lagosian, all these politicians, Yoruba politicians, now they get money to buy all these big phone, do all this. That's why then they see they get opportunity to come they talk on social media. If those people, like all those village people, get money to then go buy all this smartphone, use and they come on, you go to hear from them. But they no get time. They even find what then go shop, how they go take send their picking go school, all these things. So if you tell them about even you get one time where I buy one phone, it's small for the phone, no if you open Twitter. So before now all those phone, all those people they use. So now listen where happen with that, but no wala. Make I just stop here, sha. I greet everybody again. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much, Olanira. Thank you so very much, our one and only Olanira. Olanira has been with us for almost 2.5 years now, if I'm not mistaken, on space. Even when Professor was with us, Olanira was here. So Olarina, actually what the caption says some Yoruba bigot. So there is no much space to start giving detail in a caption about what transpired in their space. So when you attack people, you must expect it back. This one is not even an attack or something. It's just an eye opening of those our obedience people who are hanging around, going back and forth. So actually, the Yoruba sentiment was generalized by Oludotun Adama. One Oludotun Adama, he was previously on space, and after Oludotun Adama has spoken, Emeritus come and made it worse. They generalized it. They try to become like an attack on the whole, on our own self. So these are what people do. They actually see what is there. They see the truth on the board there, written very boldly, but they will still want to. They want to create. They want to make you feel like you are the man, you are the aggressor. He will twist the whole caption, generalize it, and then launch back an attack. So, but we are not the type of people that such thing we demean those. No, we are not in Nigerian business. But Nigeria cannot continue to kill our people. You want us to shut up because you believe in slavery. So
And
yeah.
and Olaniran, it's because of Yoruba men like you that will put some Yoruba bigots. Because people like you are not bigots. People like you, Olaniran, I understand. To be honest, like I said, I don't want Biafra to be surrounded north and west by terrorist states or failed states, because that would just mean if the state next to us has economic problems, the stress between the two will always try and undermine us, you know, from immigration to all sorts of problems. I'll rather a see Biafra for me is not just about, oh, let's just get Biafra now, okay. Yes, we've got Biafra now, okay, good, let's just chill. No, for me, Biafra is about freeing tropical Africa, at least where the real black people are, the original, the oldest, the aboriginal black people are. I'm not going to speak for North Africa now because we know what's going on in North Africa. Those people see themselves as Arabs. But you see the tropical, everything south of the Sahara, the tropical forest, that region must be free. You see, for Africa to be stable, everybody trapped in Nigeria, which is the densest part of the black world. 1 in 5 black people is a Nigerian. I think it's 1 in 6 black people is a wait, sorry, let me get it right. 1 in 4 black people, 1 in 4 Africans is a Nigerian. 1 in 6 black people is a Nigerian. So Nigeria, that so-called contraption, is the nucleus of the black world. The reason this was called the slave coast during slavery was because that was the only place to target because of the amount of black people there. Do you know that I think there's about 15 countries surrounding, basically, if you add the population of the 15 countries surrounding Nigeria, they're just barely catching up to Nigeria's population number. Cameroon, Niger, Chad. How many people are in Chad? Desert. Niger, desert. Benin, that tiny country. Togo, including Ghana. Nigeria's population alone is bigger than almost all 15 of them. That's why they called southern Nigeria the slave coast, because that's where they had the densest population of black people that they could continue slave raiding, and you'd be like, say, they know they finish. So my vision is for all the descendants of the oldest black people, from Khoisan to Pygmeo to West Africans to our Nilos, all the people in south of the Sahara must be free. So this space wasn't about hating Yoruba or no, but you guys need to understand that genocide is an open wound that we're still trying to solve by reactualizing Biafra so that we can go and heal. And like I said, Olarino, we appreciate guys like you. Jimmy came up earlier. He spoke very well. It's because of guys like you and Jimmy. I have Yoruba friends. I know not all of them are like those bigots. But I just have to tackle those bigots because I saw them do this on Clubhouse and I thought, nah. I'm not going to let them bring this to X. But anyway, let's go through the hands. And I still wanted to address United because United, like I said, from his profile, he's a youth organizer. And I like to hope to get him to see things from a certain perspective. Maybe he'll understand the problem.
Please, Taman, please, can you address him, please?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
please proceed.
Okay. Yeah, because I think most of us have even spoken. Yes.
Yeah,
So
a
United.
lot of people have not spoken.
Can I just add
Oh,
something
Something
so
I
that
saw
I
Akpesum at the end, they would.
yes.
just 1 minute?
Ibebuchi and Arisa, they've been here for the longest time. Yes. Let them go first.
Please, can I just add 1 minute so that I will go to the speaker section?
Yeah, my phone is
Okay.
glitching, so I can't really see what's going on.
1 minute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you?
Or let them take 2 minutes.
Okay.
Since they've been here for ages,
Okay.
yeah. So
Two minutes.
The problem with it there be say all these things, all these problems we get, all these problems originated from now British cause everything for Africa here because everybody get their own land, get their own boundary before. Everybody get your own boundary. So and we they do things according to how our capacity be before the European terrorists will come. And the history where they for not there, we then say with modern Fodio come there as a teacher, come teach this British, any place where they conquer, they go use those people for that place, go conquer another place. So the no be the modern food will come to north. No be say just come. Understand? The modern food na Fulani. You understand? So and you get where they come from. So British always hide behind. What we say they always hide like invisible. What we say you no go see them, so they go to push the thing waiting for their front. So after I don't collect everything, so before you come appear, you can't see them. So and to short all these things, the thing will really cause our problem. Now, what did the British want for our land? What did they want? Because once you know what they want, they go know the how you will take solve the problem. The thing what they be say. You see, Fulani they kill farmers. They do all this thing. And small time they bring. They will say they want bring GMO this thing to come to Africa. So because of all these things, it's what they do. We say they need our land. They need that. See that those sand, those mud, those clay, all these things. They need all those things. They won't use them because all these people they use like ordinary human being. Think they look them. They not be ordinary human being. Because I don't want to talk all this in public, but at least make I talk small. They're not human being. They need those things to create the tools of war. You get where they come from. So they can't build tools of war on earth here. So and the place where they get all these things past now our land here. Because okay, now if you want to create you want to do anything containing anything like electricity, you need clay. That clay you go extract copper from there. So if you want to, what happen in the north there in that Sabisa forest? What did they discover? They discover this. I don't forget what be this thing name. That thing reacts more than the what they call copper. So they need all this mineral. Okay, now now they teach all this all this small picking for school. Say that they teach them, but about science. But what did they teach them? Those picking they don't really understand. And one day I asked one, say, okay, now what did they use do glass? Because I don't want prolong. I don't want because of time. What they use to do glass, this guy just they mention different kind of no even understand what they talk about. But I can't tell and say the glass, those anything glass, those things what they use do now sand, the sharp sand, those they melt, they use high degree temperature to melt that thing, then use and build the create the shape of any glass what they want before the thing go get cold, just like when you mix cement with sand and use and do what you want before the thing go dry. So now what they want with that, and they no care anything we go take them. They want to make the indigenous people the land. Maybe they just anywhere they want to make them kill, and the one will be say if you run, make them run. Anyhow they want to do and make Fulani take over. They push the Fulani because they already conquered the Fulani people. So then they use religion, brainwash their brain, finish. So and then they use them. They want to use them take over the land. You know, they want to use them take over the land, finish with the Islamic nonsense where then they carry up and down the book. So they go feel easily. Maybe they won't wipe the Fulani people out so that they go use the land and use and do everything anything they want use and do. So all this is what I talk. If you verify by yourself, if you do research, you go see all this. What I know if you talk too much, I bring some book on table. What we say they show evidence for our side there for Ogun State there. It don't reach. We see where since the time I this morning, they don't pack that clay waiting for our place. They see the pack and say now. You love say they do road now lie. The Yoruba cannot do any road. They do those things. They know what they do now. The road to where they want transport those things, where they carry, where they want transport and go. So and they will do those small so that you go use and convince you. You go to say they do road too true. Why be saying that the mud waiting for our area, the clay, now then they pack, they go their own side, they go and they build their city and they do the tools of war. What then they do. So you people will just at least find out more so that you go. If we talk about say this year our enemy as same black, the same African, let's say you say this one are my enemy, the same African, you go see they remember the people where they push those people to so that everything will go as it's supposed to go. So I go stop here. I greet everybody. Thank you for giving me the mic, and all Biafra.
Oh, Biafra. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you so very much. 1 second. Okay.
So, Barrister,
Let's
what do
go
you want to
to.
know? I want to tell you about Yoruba people. Do you want to hear about them or not?
Director, you are at the head of affairs. Say whatever you want to say. Remember, we have no restrictions here.
At
Go
all.
ahead.
You know, we have some documents, Barrister, never seen before in the zoo. Nobody knows. Not even Awolowo has this document. But we tell them about Yoruba people. The same way you have Igbo people in the hinterland of Biafra land is the same way that you have a place called Metropolitan or Yoruba proper. The people you see in Lagos, those you see around Abeokuta, the people, Egba people, Ibarakwa people, the people of Egbado, Ketu, the people that they call Popo, these are people of Porto Novo, and Awori people of Alta, where Obasanjo comes from. Awori, that's who he is. He is not proper Yoruba. Do you know that, Barrister? They are not proper Yoruba people. Yoruba people, their boundaries stopped at a place called the Iwo, all the way from Kishi. The old Oyo, which is called Katunga, was destroyed in 1837. Destroyed by the Fulanis in 1837. Destroyed completely and hopelessly. That is the proper Yoruba people, but because of their influence and their conquest, they spread their language all the way to the sea, to places like Ekpe, in Lagos, Ijebu, Eba, Ibarakwa, a place called Kivun Ketu, spread all the way to the home.
You are sounding like a Yoruba man yourself, Director. You know all the names.
Oh my God. Barrister, they are not Yoruba. Obasanjo is not a Yoruba man proper. Obasanjo is a satellite Yoruba man. His place is not out of the old Yoruba proper. That was their name. Oyo are the Yoruba people. Oyo, the proper Yoruba people. Oyo, their spiritual home is at Ife. What we did not do, you see, we are very peaceful people. We did not force anybody else to impose our dialect on them. Oyo is the proper Yoruba people. The Oyo Empire. They spread their empire. You see, they said the Igbo people are domineering. They dominate you. Oh, they domineer. They will come to Calabar. They will take you. We are asking Yoruba people, how did you break away from Oyo, Iroho, all the way to Awori? How? By conquest. You fought wars. How did Yoruba people go all the way from Iwere, from Isheyin, from Sabe, from a place called Ogbomoso? Even Ikoyi that you're listening, Ikoyi is not the island in Lagos. So there is the proper Ikoyi. Is in a place called Yoruba proper Ikoyi in present day. Let me
and
get
also the accent is different. The accent is different.
Of course, they are these are the proper Yoruba people. They are out of conquest. They spread their war. If not for conquest, if Yorubas were like the Igbo people, for instance.
Thank you very much, fellow Biafrans, for listening to that record. We must continue. Of course, thank you very much, Olanira, my brother, for what you are doing for the people of Ududuwa. May Juko Kikabiama continue to bless you. And we had Kama and Eriza China. Eriza Chinidu have not spoken for quite a long time. And of course, Socrates is also there. Let us take Eriza China first. Eriza, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome to the space. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Good people of Igbo. I'm an Igbo man too. So I like all the stuff you guys been doing. I congratulate all of you, all our leaders in Biafra who are taking this upon themselves, handling everything that will make us get out of Nigeria. I'm just here to thank every single one of you. So, like the last couple of speakers back, I want to emphasize it also that what we should be talking about now is we are in a don't care mode. All we asking for is Biafra. There is no going back. All this back and forth, Yoruba this, Yoruba that, all of them talking nonsense. We don't care. All we care for is nothing but Biafra. Biafra or death. We are not going back. Anybody talking about us making peace, integrating us, we have had enough of that. We are no longer going to accept or do that anymore. We are Biafrans
But
and we
Eriza,
are fighting for freedom.
Eriza, let me converse
I'm
with
listening.
you a little bit, just for
Okay.
they
Okay.
when they talk about integrating us, what do they mean? It doesn't mean that we do no longer belong to our land enslaved. Does it mean we've been conquered? Are they going to
Well,
integrate us to
it's,
another civilization, a kind of different group of or ethnicity, or what do they mean? Starman, you are still in there. Maybe
well, they have deceived us enough. We will not. That is anything coming out of Nigerian side, right? You're not supposed to trust or believe them.
okay.
Like,
Wait now, Eriza. Wait, Starman, are you in there?
Yeah, reintegrate you
Yeah,
because you were
how
never
do you
integrated.
integrate people that are living in their land? How?
well,
Reintegrate you. Well, I'm thinking of it in terms of the so-called Nigeria, because you were never really integrated, and even in our land was it when there's their instructional rail line. How many times have we not
we're
seen
not even
the
included.
southeast? So well, southeast, and then all the projects and how they literally these regions that suffer the most from project or even ports.
It means that the land, as in, we are no longer to be part of something. They want us to be part of something that we are not part of. That is what it means, because you cannot reintegrate people who were already.
Yes.
Yeah, make me understand.
University, sorry, my brother, sorry, 2 seconds. These people, they are trying to tell you. That is why.
Oh, Arisa,
Yes.
Flo, carry on.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. We should
Yes.
all understand that we are not going back. We are all out for Biafra. We are not going to. I mean, anybody talking about maybe coming back to Nigeria or make peace, because I had somebody saying, "Oh, can't you find a way of let us?" No, we don't want. We're not finding any more ways. We have exhausted all the options. The last option we have now is Biafra. That's it. If you're talking about going back to Nigeria, well, I'm sorry, I'm one of your enemies because it's unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. That is rule me out from Nigeria. We don't want anything to do with Nigeria again. We have suffered a lot. I mean, history upon history upon history upon history upon stories upon. I mean, come on, come on. Those people who are saying anything against, I mean, talking about, listen, man, we just like I said it on no reverse mode. We're not going back. We're not. We just stop. It's about time to start ignoring them. We don't need to be talking about it. Just anybody belong to Nigeria, go ahead and be your Nigeria. We are out. That's it. We don't even need to be entertaining them, trying to educate them, trying to be convince them, or trying to be politically correct with anybody. We don't care anymore. All we want is Biafra. What is so hard for anybody to understand this? What is so hard about that? What is so hard? Biafra or nothing. Biafra or death. Simple. That's what I raise my mic so that
Eh,
other people can
Thank you.
talk. But that's just it
Thank
for me.
thank you, Eriza. Is there any way that your child can talk to you for you to understand, like, Daddy, I want to eat? Is there any other way to say it, I want to eat, that a parent will not understand that this child is hungry?
There is no other way my child can tell me other than the father. Well, he's
Thank
hungry. I mean, by crying or by mentioning that he wants to eat, or he's hungry or something, or he's crying based on the age. Listen, I can understand. I will give the person food to eat. Simple. That's the only way you translate.
very
That's, I don't know if that's what,
thank you.
if that is,
Yeah.
because
It
that's a
is it
hypothetical
conclude
question.
that concludes all your submission about, you highlighted it very well, that what my people want is Biafra. Is there any other way
Yes.
to tell people that this is what we want? They have been coining all that story, bringing up
There- there-
propaganda, only to shut down this one word, Biafra.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We have exhausted all this. We passed time of telling people either you belong, you want to do this or listen. If you don't want to, if you don't want to take part in what we're doing, well, to hell with you.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
to hell with you.
Thank you.
If you don't want to take part, to hell with you. Simple. All this, sugar coating of stuff, this and that and that. No,
Thank,
we've gone past that route before, and we're not going back there again. All we're asking for, or all we want, all we're demanding now is nothing but Biafra. Biafra or dead. What else do you, what else do you want to hear? Biafra or dead. That is the last bus stop. Because we have done everything, everything, everything. Listen, I've been there for a while. I'm, in other words, I'm old, right? I have seen Nigeria from A to Z. We're no longer, I don't know what anybody, what are you going to convince me again to believe
nothing.
or to do to make me to come back? No, we want Biafra. Simple.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Everybody, everybody, I know all of you are doing a lot, but those who are not doing, I'm not saying all of you, those of you, but I know many people are listening. If you are not contributing your own quota towards this liberation, towards this fight to separate ourselves from the zoo, you will have yourself to blame.
That's
Drill that into your skull. If you're not contributing towards this fight, man, don't blame anyone else but yourself. That's how it's gonna be. Because I'm not gonna be, playing my own part, and some people there are not doing what they're supposed to do, and at the end they will come to enjoy what others fought for. It's not gonna work that way. You better play your own part, whether you like this or not. Pay your own due, pay your tithe, play your own part, in whichever way. Do it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your time is up, sir. So that
Thank you.
yes, thank you so very much, researching. Thank you so much for that
University.
wonderful one. Um, okay.
University.
Ugochukwu, you wanted to respond to that. I don't know if you're able to make me understand how a people living in their own land can all of a sudden start getting some kind of integration. Can you make me understand that?
Yeah, yeah, my brother. Yeah. I think Tama wasn't hearing me then. What I'm trying to say is that when you hear that they want to integrate you into the system, is like, Ibabuchi, can you please meet yourself? So
Ibabuchi, we are giving you the mic soon. In
yeah,
one,
just a moment, Ibabuchi.
you
So the
have
point,
1 minute,
just a one
yeah.
minute. The thing is that these people have built a strategy that they all know very well. Those that are helping the slave master keep the animal kingdom together called Nigeria, they all knew very well that we and our cousins are not part of this country, even by everything, even shutting down the companies that have been exist, both the companies that was built by, for example, not maintaining Mbakwe, the community airport built in Imo State, former Imo State, which Mbakwe and the people contributed money to build, not maintaining it, closing down all the companies. They all knew very well that you are not part of this. But there are people they bring to the north and give them oaths that you just have to be playing in the house, in their so-called house of rep, as if your people are involved on this. And then pick them through their court and to place them in, like as if the people gave them the mandate. So that is the reason why when they see a voice like university, who come to tell the people like, listen, or Mazin Namdekan or our PM or each and every one of us your Starman that, hey, you are not in this union, no, they will come against you with every force on this planet Earth. Once they see a bright man who comes to tell the people that you are not among this, you are not among this garbage. Even their media, now their media cannot think fast before they say that statement that they are integrating you because you are not. And anyone who comes to like of people that you are not there, they will come after the person, and their ears also in the media will come after the person. So the point is that we are not there from the beginning. That is what I just understand about this. Thank you, sir.
Exactly. Now I understand this. So they are trying to exclude us now. They are trying to say exclude. They are trying to include us in the system, or because this is not an inclusion. Also, there is no inclusiveness in this.
No
In this
inclusiveness. They
situation.
are trying to
If
deceive
you
you.
are sending,
As if
they
you
are
are
sending terrorists into my place. Is that inclusiveness? Is that being part of the system? I want to. The system want me dead. We cannot be part of it. Actually, thank you very much for that. Detailed illustration. So, Ibabuchi, thank you so very much for your patience today, and I know that you have heard a lot of things, Professor Ibabuchi. Please, we would like you to have 3 minutes because Socrates is still there, and somebody still want to respond to Socrates. So, let us take Ibabuchi. Ibabuchi,
And I am still here. Oh.
I know, but you have 30 seconds left. You requested 30 seconds, but we'll give you 1 minute, sir. Please. Okay. Idiokba Ibabuchi. Ibabuchi. Professor Ibabuchi.
I said, please,
We can't
excuse,
hear you.
excuse me for now. Maybe under 20 minutes, I will come
Okay.
back, please.
We cannot hear
Yeah,
Ibabuchi.
thank you. Keep
Ibabuchi.
it up.
He said that 20 minutes
Humanity
he
will
will be
be
back.
out
He
with
said
us.
he will be back in 20 minutes time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear him. All right. Okay. We must go ahead. So let us take Socrates and Proudly. Socrates, you go first. Okay, Proudly, you wanted to respond to Socrates, right?
I wanted to respond to not just only Socrates, a lot of things, but let him speak. Let me just allow him to speak.
Okay, thank you. Then let's take Socrates because Socrates have not made a submission. Socrates, please, it's your time.
Okay, thank you. First, Starman, this is very marvelous. Thank you. In order not to waste time, I won't get further. University is always my brother, always. So I want to start by just chipping in something about the program. The Yoruba guy attributed earlier said there was a program, yet there was genocide actually, but the numbers, the altering of numbers. So it is not important then to talk about numbers. Once you have agreed that there was genocide, there was genocide. So why are you bothered about numbers as much as to go and host a space for that? That is absolute nonsense. And to start with, by the time the first coup took place in 1966, there were 30,000 people killed. By the time the retaliation or reprisal came up later, the killings, we could count another 150,000. So even before the war started, you to 200,000 people already. That's enough genocide, not to talk about when the place was locked out from all supplies. Even when the church was supplying food through Sao Tome and Principe by night, they accused the church of trying to support Biafra with arms. So the interest then on the Nigerian part was completely to lock the place out. My sister, my 3 cousins, within a block of, what we call Unchi, in Igbo land, that is just a small, very tiny part of a kindred. We lost 4 of them due to Kwashiorkor and all that. Then you could just multiply and see the numbers. So if we are talking about 3.500, that's just more like a conservative number. So if somebody agrees that there was genocide and start talking about rubbish, then he has another interest. And that's why we are talking about Yorubas, and some people say some Yorubas, whether some, many, most, or whatever, they are the ones we always find at the point of every kind of criticism against Biafra and attack on the quest to restore it. So that's number one. Number two, I want to talk a little bit about the question of, let us stay together. There is a beautiful thing about Nigeria. That beautiful thing I mentioned a little bit. The Europeans don't seem to have seen that beautiful thing. Even the Asians didn't have it. In UK, you have the different kingdoms coming together to form a country, which is called the United Kingdom. The United Arab Emirates, you see, there are several emirates. They brought them together. They are all autonomous on their own, and they came together by that. So why is it here? And when you are talking about the African case. Somebody will tell you that we actually existed before this time. They tell you, is it not those kingdoms? And the idiot that is telling you, is it not those ancient kingdoms? Probably he's returning from the kingdoms of Saudi Arabia, and he is living in the United Kingdom. Are those not kingdoms? So simply because of the name kingdom, that means they were not nations. We had nations. Several times we have defined this, and I would like some people to go to Jumbo and look at that. We have there, basically, when you talk about nation, you are talking about an ethnic group. You're talking about ethnicity. But it is possible, like I've always said, you can have multi-nations coming together to form a bigger one. But ethnicity is purely nation. And a nation is different from a tribe. If you go to Biafra, that is an ethnic group. That is a nation. We have tribes, Ejagam, Bekwara, this and that, Urobu, and all this. They are all tribes. And then within us, we already know the sub-nations we could form. The Jaw group, we talk about Aqua Cross, we talk about we talk about Igbo and any other one. So having a confederation in that place is much more stronger. That is what we are thinking about. The Nigeria you are thinking about was not formed on a basis, the same basis by which you form a nation, and then that is a multinational, what I will call a superstructure that forms a bigger nation. Like you have the UK and the other buildings. You could have multi-nations, but Nigeria's formation, Africa generally, were formed by drawing lines. They are just geographical territories. That is why, like I heard somebody talking about the Yoruba nation, for instance. You have some of them in Benin Republic, some of them in Nigeria, because the formation of Nigeria did not consider the coming together of peoples, that is coming together of nations, but he just drew lines and then they forced those lines into what is called a state. So Nigeria is a false state. Even if you go to the north again, go to Sokoto State, this Karanamada and all those places, you have some of them there in Niger Republic, and you have some of them here because it's just an ordinary line. So something like Nigeria should not exist. It is not actually a nation of any kind. It is amorphous, and then because it is amorphous and it's unstable, that is why Nigeria has what I can call Parkinson's syndrome. It can never stand because of Parkinson. And somebody is now telling us to be experimenting with our lives. So we now come and say, oh, because we want to form something beautiful, instead of us to run our own race and channel our own course and be able to have our destinies in our hand, which we know are very, very clear. We have an Arewa nation, we have a Yoruba nation, we have an Igbo nation, which is in the East. Now we start to say, okay, let us do an experiment with our life. Always scrambling because you want to create something. That is very, very stupid. I'm telling you, no matter who thinks it's very stupid for me to play with my life. And while I'm playing with my life, how long am I going to live? I will die. By the time I die, I don't really see the thing that I should have seen here on earth. Look at my age now. I am supposed to have the freedom. Pictures that I should have taken when I was 30 years, 40 years old, I am not going to take them at 60 because I never saw the nation. I was never given an opportunity to live the kind of life that I am supposed to live. I will not go away with my wife. The selfies we take, we are taking them as old people on holidays. But if we had our nation, we would have taken those selfies by 30, by 40, as young couples having children. And somebody wants me to carry out an experiment. And that to him, that is what is making that what makes him to look enlightened. That is stupidity. We can't be carrying out experiments like that with our lives. From generation to generation, we keep repeating this thing. Now, for those who think that they really have a nation of any kind in Nigeria, let me tell you, look at the East, for instance. We have different peoples there. Look at the way we lived. We lived with our own separate identities. We had our destinies in our hand. And luckily, I wanted to say this, but somehow you played that audio from Nnamdi Kanu. The Igbo'S never, ever overran anybody. Never. We lived side by side with them. That is in our mentality. That is in the DNA of a Biafran, whether it's Igbo or any other. We grew up living side by side. So the question of having a state from that is in our DNA. It's not because we are fighting against anybody. Please, I always say it. I don't want people to think that we are fighting. We are not fighting. Our subconscious always have it that we are a peculiar people, that we have a nation, that we want to establish ourselves and have our destiny in our hand, and be able to channel a course
Great.
We will have our boundaries. We will all be able to use our resources, and everybody will be able to meet their targets of their life if we have our own nation like that. But Nigeria doesn't give us that opportunity to do that. These are the very pertinent things. We looking for a nation called Biafra is not because we are fighting against anybody. It is in our subconscious, it's in our DNA to live as entities and then come together and work things together. That's why the British didn't understand us, because each one of us was living separately, but we were also united into one nation. I mentioned how Jaja was able to go to Opobo from Ikwere there. We mentioned how people went from there to Ikwere. We mentioned how our own people were able to converge in the battle. Yes, we were working together. We have one. This is our thinking. But now you are asking to endanger, to live as an endangered species in a place like Nigeria. Look at Nigeria. Even if you want, for instance, you should form a state
Sorry,
using
University.
something.
I think
If you want,
DM is about go live to USA visit. If yeah, and,
we'll go. So we'll go. So, but look at Nigeria. Nigeria, one particular part of Nigeria has preponderance over the others. That is not a criterion in forming. It has 53%. Look, I saw a post in which Zeke got more votes but lost the election. And when they protested, the British said, if you're going to protest, then you will not get independence again. That was where the preponderance came. And if you are having a like 3 groups of people coming to share anything, you cannot have one of them have a preponderance. Then it means that the other people will have to be under that one forever and ever. It's like me. Maybe I am a short man and another person is tall, and the person earns $1,500 and I earn 500, and they say, okay, let us join our salaries together, and every month we'll be sharing it according to height. What do you mean? It simply means that I myself, that maybe I'm the one earning 1,500, he's earning 500. He will be earning higher than me because he's taller than me. Meanwhile, the resources is mine. This is what is happening in Nigeria. If you want a country like that, then you have to make sure there is no preponderance. But look at what you are forming again. You are looking at a Yoruba nation, which is more like Afghanistan. You are looking at the Hausa nation of Ariwa, which is more Arabian. You are looking at the southeastern Nigeria, which is more European. You are bringing 3 radical groups of 3 differences, whether be it in culture, in civilization, be it in religious factor, which is also very, very important, and also in their culture. You are bringing everything, a complexity of very divergent and dangerously divergent ideals that will never make for peace. So you want us to continue to stay on this thing that is always shaky. Everybody is shaking and we have Parkinson. No, we won't have that. We will have our nation. We'll be able to organize ourselves to say we are uniting. For God's sake, the Yoruba are there. Are we going to chop the land off? They are our neighbors forever. The Hausa people and their Arewa, they are there now. So what is this question of unite? Are we not united already? Are we not united with Ghana? Are we not united with Liberia? What is this unite you are talking about? It's bullshit, my friends. They are there. So the only thing is, when we have Biafra, they have their own. Then we can sit down together. Oh, in terms of monetary policy, can we do that together? What about education? Can we do that together? Can we look at UK? When you go to the Olympics, what do you see? What do you see? You see UK there. When you go to the World Cup, you see Scotland and all of them differently, isn't it? So you can agree on what you want to do together. It's very simple, but it's gluttony for oil. Everybody wants to drink this oil. That is why people are talking about together, about Africa. When they want to deceive you, when they want to make you not to say things the way you want to say it, like somebody like me, like my brother in university, like Starman, like a code artisan, they start telling you African unity, so that you will not have the guts in the way you are supposed to speak. What is African unity? It starts with us. It is the man that has change after going to the market that can buy pussycat. So before I will become an African, I must have Biafra, which is stable, which is my own nation, that I can move forward. It is when I'm safe that I can promote Africa. I can't be promoting Africa when I'm on space, when I'm not safe, when my own generations to come are not safe, when the destiny of my own race is not assured. And you can't be telling me about Africa. It's pure deceit. It is not people that do that. As for the Yoruba, that's why I keep criticizing them. It is not that they are afraid. It's not about Fulani. It's not everything. It's purely oil resources. Look at all those places they are mapping now that this is their place. They are going to Kogi. They are going to Delta. What do they want from that? Kogi, there is iron and steel there. Delta, they are talking about Alaja. So they are talking about they want to grab that one. All the seed of discord they have been sowing in the east is all about oil, Niger Delta and Niger Delta. So they want, when you say oil, they say, they want to take Biafra. They say, Igbo people want to capture Niger Delta because of. So this is their interest. That is why they want discord in the east. They want to make people to separate. That's why they stigmatize Biafra. Every time, that is their reason. It's not because they are afraid of anything. It's because they want Nigeria to keep existing because they don't have self-belief. They don't believe they can succeed without Nigeria. So they are doing everything. This is the bottom of everything that is making them to behave like that, is that oil. And when they want to map, they will start to go, yes, we know that they have some influence towards Ishekri and Wale, but they want to grab because of oil. They want to go now through Kogi and that to get the iron and steel. They are thinking about making a load through Calabar, and what they will create is 6 geopolitical zone so that they can now cut the line to Calabar too, and they will tell, you see, you people are not the same with the Igbo. That is what they are doing. So I will stop so far, my brothers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But before you go, the some even basically, collected money from some Islamic companies, banks, and they use them to fund the genocide. Haven't funded
Yes.
the genocide. They even reach. They do cut and they share it. They shared everything in our land with the British. The Sultan of
Let me
Sokoto,
ask
the
you,
Upper of
you know
Benin,
this
all
man?
these people came together. They divided coastal region, share it into piece by piece for themselves. This one has how many oil well? This one has how many oil well? Even most of their family members, all of them were imported inside their oil corporation.
Make inquiry towards Port Harcourt now. Ask them who is buying Shell. All the Shell they are selling. Ask them. Only one guy outside Yoruba that bought part of the Shell they said, and his name is Emeka. Beside Emeka, ask them who bought the Shell. Just check. Shell that they just sold recently. They showed the Shell oil producer decided to show the truth on the. It is them. It is them. And that is why they are not making that road. And then they want to have 6 geopolitical zone. And people don't want us to say things like this. They now want to tell us, Africa, we are one together with you, so that you will not speak the truth the way it's supposed to, and hammer them with it. They want, if they are clinging towards you, that they want to make friendship with you, is to just to try to dilute what you will say, dilute how you will say it, dilute the pressure you are putting. That is all they want to do. That's all they do. So that is why I don't tolerate them, because I know what they are doing. I have lived among them. Where is this? Lekan, Iwada. The boy, it dropped. I wanted to talk to you.
Thank you.
Let me tell you that I am one of them. I am one of them.
Thank you.
I am one of them. Let me tell him that I was born. I lived with all my life, so I am one of them. Let nobody come and start playing anything with them, because I am one of them. If I want to live that their life, I shall 100 more than them.
Thank you very much. Thank you so very much.
Please, should I?
Who is speaking?
Proudly.
I said it before. Southern Sudan fought for 30 years. 30. Our was only 3 years. Only was 3 years. Only 3 years. We don't want to build the silent side of difficulty everywhere. We want to build that sustain those who are of our retreat and no surrender. How do you get them?
Buying and selling has put us into wait and take business in anything we want to do. Whatever that will take us time, we don't want it again.
Nobody wants the problem.
People.
You know your people at the slightest sign of difficulty because they are used to buying and selling. They want
Obiaba, Abel, let's go and join them there, please.
Thank you so much. So,
yes, please.
Domo. Anegbesa. Okay, it's like
Ofure, you know, say they
yeah.
not let me come again. When I want to, they kick me. I don't suffer. I went to buy a new phone. I bought a new phone. See the same thing. No problem.
No, it's a
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. They'll keep doing the same thing. The thing is, when we we'll continue to
it's
push.
The same thing.
Our people, the gods of
we
the
will
land,
continue.
the power that is in our mouth, we influence. We open the eyes of people. The people will see by themselves. Those who will not see will
Yes. Our people are started seeing it. If they tell you say they are not voting, it's a lie. Our people are voting. You understand? You know, me and among the people helping people to vote. They are voting massively. Forget all the things they are saying. You understand? There's evil happening in that land. They don't want us to expose. They don't want it. You see, this program you're having today, this Yoruba is one of our big problems. One of the big problems. The Yoruba media. They are the one that sold us.
Yes.
Don't worry, we will decimate all of them. They will decimate. In their land there, that's Lagos to Athena when they are talking. He has been taken over by Fulani. I'm telling you, all Yoruba foreign, especially that Lagos, they don't know what is on the ground. They don't know what is on there. They don't want to work. Oh yeah, there is not your land. You ask Dangote to come and build a refinery in Lagos State. Where have we done?
They don't have oil in Lagos, but they want to build the refinery.
Oh yeah, there is
the
on our
one
land.
that is even in our land. They are the owners of the oil well. We that their pollution is killing. They are killing us. These people want to erase us. They are killing us with their pollution, from their gas, from their oil, from their uranium they are mining. Everything is killing us. But these people,
Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine?
They own everything.
Can you just imagine? I told you, say in those states, let me tell you what something. You cannot get a job without you passing through Yoruba. You can't get a job. Now, who will give a job? You must pass through Yoruba. Go and take this permission later from that useless. In fact, let me stop here like this. These people, the anger inside my stomach, the anger I have for them, the anger I have for these people, we will do them something. We will do them something. All those criminals,
do
you know what about? All that there to plant all the yes. You see, my brother, a time has to come.
Yes.
A time come. We have to invite all these
Men
useless Oba. These all those Onoji. All Onoji is our problem.
Yes.
We have to invite them, all of them. All of them need to go. They are our major problem. They gave them certificate and remove the good one. And gave them certificate. They gave them certificate. We are going to invade all of them out of that land. All the whole Onoji. All the nonsense Onoji. I don't have respect for them. I don't have single respect for them.
They don't even have respect for themselves. People who go to sleep comfortably, seeing their people suffer every day.
Look at this one from Igbo land. That what do they call himself? What is it? He proud. He opened mouth to say that Nigeria gave him what is it? A honor. Can Nigeria give honor to human beings?
No, Nigeria go.
Nigeria give honor to
you, run.
To animal. They don't give honor to human being. They give them to honor to animal. Even is an animal. Animal, that's what you are. It's just everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm very angry with them. This useless said that. Foolish said that. Nonsense. Idiot. Let me leave you. Let's go join our PM. Thank you very much, brother.
Very much. Thank you very much. Udo.
Yeah, it's me. Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
love you.
I
I love
love
you,
you.
all of
I love
you.
you so
Although they
much.
don't allow me to talk, I love you,
I
all of
love you
you.
so much, Jokpa.
I love you
You
so
are the
much.
best.
Yeah. You see that land, we take it, whether they like it
Yes.
or not.
We'll take
Whether they like
back
it
our
or not,
land.
we will take that land. For how many years? And how many years they have been suffering? You are telling me that we are the leaders of tomorrow since about more than how many years now? More than 40. Do you know how that now? You are still the same people. What you do now, you turn back and start killing us. Killing the youth. You want me to come and respect you, to salute me, I greet you. I say it shall never be well for those ones that we wake up, tell about talk by. It shall never be well to all
You
of you.
say?
Nonsense people everywhere.
Thank,
I just be by the way. Amen.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. That's it. We move ahead. Before we continue, Starman, are you still in there, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it seems my phone is still playing up,
Okay. Do you wish
so
to
I'm still
continue?
listening. Is United
Probably, yeah, I was
Africa
supposed to
still
speak.
there? I kind of wanted to address him.
Okay. Let's take
Yes,
um
I'm still here. If you want to
let's
carry on right here, please.
okay. Let's take 3 more hands, right? So that you will end it with
Probably, I'm
him
still
if
here. I was
possible.
supposed to speak.
Okay, yeah, because it's about time as well. Hey.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, sir. So Prince, but you just came in. I don't understand. You opened your mic. It was interrupting the program. So Prince, okay, Prince, just take 1 minute to make a submission, please. Go ahead.
All
Prince, can
right,
you
all right.
go
Thank
ahead?
you very much, my people.
Thank
I
you.
do not have much to talk. As you can see, the PM has come online, so you can just give the mic to another person. But I want to urge you people to make fast and join PM. Thank you for all your discussion. We appreciate you people. I'm talking from homeland. We are feeling the heat here. So thank you people, and may God continue to strengthen you to do more for us. In Christ,
Thank
Yahweh Yeshua HaMashiach, we pray. He said,
you. It's a, so Starman, the thing is, Prime Minister is live, I think in the US.
All right. Oh, okay.
So how do you want to manage it?
If PM is alive, let's just shut down. I mean,
Okay.
most of us have spoken anyway.
Yeah,
United.
almost.
No. Yeah, let's shut down,
Huh?
please. Let's
Yes,
shut down.
yes.
Let's shut
Let's
down,
shut
please.
down so we can
Please.
be able to
We need
join
to
PM
shut down,
because
please.
almost you have
Please.
addressed almost all the issues,
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
Yes, it's
everything.
our own.
No,
Let's
but
shut down.
United.
Let's
someone
shut
wanted
down.
to talk
I'll
about
channel you, and
United.
we'll have that
Allow someone to
conversation
address
that
United
time.
before we go.
I'll